Alrighty. Oh my god. I can't believe it's fucking happening. Oh, it's so nice. Nice. Dude, we're live on YouTube now. Holy shit. It's gonna be fucking amazing. Yeah. Alright. They can actually still see you, Vince. So.
Sick.
You and my kid have been playing that game. Like, what got you so hooked on it?
It's badass. What do you mean? What is there not to like about it? Hot female character if you decide to do so. Hot male character if that's what you're into. And the baddies. And it's cool. It gives you like MMO feel, but like it's not. But it kind of gives you. Because I have like abilities and shit. Like that. And this is kind of what I was into. Like if it was an MMO, like a open world, like where there's a ton of other people roaming, this would be badass. Is kind of what I would envision it to be.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of looks a lot like another one I recently saw, but it looks cool.
Just kidding.
Alright, let's go with let's see what Halo Infinite has to offer right now. It's gonna be fucking insane. Alright. Oh my god, I'm looking so forward to it. Oh, and yes, I did fucking make it. The tech preview. It's only for 4 days? 4 days? 29, 30, 31, and the 1st of August. So 4 days. We're gonna have the tech preview, and it's gonna be really interesting to get this and see how it goes. Dude, it's gonna be fucking insane. Dude. It's an hour and a half too. It's a pretty long preview, so we might just skip the loading screen. Yeah, skip the loading screen. Okay, so the loading screen is on for a good while. I mean, it looks sick, but it's for like nearly 10 minutes. I wanted to do this live, but as soon as I knew I wasn't gonna make it, I was like, shit, whatever. It's fine. We can do something else. Like, we could just hold off until we finally... Oh, it's there. Qatar versus USA. Is it just me or is it really fucking soft? Why is it so soft? Okay, it's 20. Google Chrome is also at 20. That's weird. Why is it so soft? That's weird. Alright. Alright, so everything so far is what we've seen in the E3. Okay. Dude, that looks so sick. Man, what are you waiting for, man? Are you playing with Michael right now? Are you solo? Wait, so... Is that your friend or something? Well, who is that for?
This is AI.
Oh. I don't understand why it's so soft, but hopefully it's not too loud in the stream. Nah, all this is still from E3.
I mean, it's still cool.
Yeah, but I'm really interested in seeing what the new stuff is. It's called the technical preview, so I wonder what type of tech are we gonna be seeing here.
All the old hats are gonna be super stacked, but still, yeah, it's new, but it still has like this feel like reminiscent of the old stuff. Like,
Yeah, no, it still looks very Halo. Like how Halo 4 really took it in like a really fucking different way. But I remember back when Halo 4 first came out, and I was really like amazed by the CGI. Remember, I don't know if you remember, but when we first got Halo 4 and you started playing Halo 4, and we saw the opening scene of Dr. Halsey, and I was like, oh shit, that looks really real.
Yeah.
And now, like 10 years later, it's like, okay, that looks CGI now, but it's still,
But it still looks so amazing.
it still looks cool, and it's just like, but that's just to show the advancement there, man. That back then, like, still kind of holds up to now, but it's like it's still so cool.
It takes like 6 years for them to get out there.
Hey everyone, what is up? This is Brian, also known as
Oh,
Sketch
man,
across the
weird.
community, and we are coming to you live today from 343 Industries here in Redmond.
You know, it's funny. This is a technical preview, but they can't sync up their mics, so he's.
Washington. And let me just say, it feels great to be back. I feel like today has been a long time coming. I'm excited to finally kick this off. I know you all.
I don't know how. Yeah, how did it get desynced? That was just my side. Like we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and go back a bit.
And we are coming to
Nope,
you live
so it's synced.
today from 343 Industries here in Redmond, Washington. And let me just say, it feels great to be back. I feel like today has been a long time coming. I'm excited
Dude, that's gonna mess. I want that jacket though. Do you see this jacket? It's a UNSC with the Xbox emblem. Looks nice.
Now, before we get going, I just want to give you guys a little bit of context for what we're going to cover today. We're going to have a couple of guests rotate through. We're going to dive right into the same exact build that Halo Insiders will get their hands on starting tomorrow. We are live, so all the same known issues that we're aware of in this tech preview that's work in progress are also in this build today. So,
Dude, as soon as I get out of work tomorrow, I'm jumping in.
but just ask everyone to bear with us. Also, I've kind of been in my house in the quarantine for about 2 years, if you can't tell. So we might be a little bit rusty, but we're going to have a lot of fun today. We've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about in the show. So to kick things off, I want to introduce Sam Hanshaw,
Damn it,
producer on the live team. Sam, welcome.
Thanks. It's good to be here. Everybody, this is fun and
Dude, yeah, it's so weird.
So let's sort of start.
I can't handle bad audio. It's like you can hear them clearly, but you can definitely tell. Like,
With that for Halo.
I'm trying. Fuck it. I'll put up with it.
See stuff and dive in. We're gonna get to that in a few minutes, but just let's kind of start at the highest level. We talk about fighting a lot. We talk about tech previews a lot. Kind of what do we want our viewers and our insiders to know? Like, what do we mean? Like, what is the context for what this really is?
Sure. So I think that calling it a tech preview, that encapsulates it. We're testing out technology here. We're looking to get.
Alright, let's put my ass down here.
We're looking to make sure that the servers are up and running well, and that we can support everything with our service infrastructure. Obviously, we also want people to have fun while doing it, and we need to get feedback on the breadth of hardware that we know is out there. You know, we can't test on every combination of hardware that people have for their PCs, but we know that folks at home can, and so we need your help to do that.
And this is safe to say this will be the biggest scale test that we've been able to do to date. We're talking hundreds of thousands of Halo insiders have been invited.
Hundreds of thousands, man. That's insane.
And obviously we've been hard at work testing. We've done smaller scale flights to lead up to this point. But like, what does that process look like?
We cut this branch about 2 months
Oh, now
ago,
it's now it's
and
synced.
that's when we started with a lot of the testing for it and kind of targeted bug fixes towards getting a stable product.
I mean, it's still
out
soft,
today,
but it's
for
better.
preview. Now, it's 2 months old. It's still got some bugs. We know that. We've got a robust known issues list for folks to be prepared before they dive in, and we expect you to hit some new bugs we haven't seen. And that's part of what we're excited about, because we need your help to find these bugs, and so we can see how they reproduce and fix them internally. But yeah, it's been about 2 months of testing, fixing, and play testing to get to this.
And if I really wanted to roll it back even further, it's safe to say that we've been flighting as kind of a process. Which, by the way, for those that aren't familiar, because not everybody uses the same jargon out there, right? When we talk about flighting, it's really the process of putting out kind of iterative pre-release software to a target audience with some expected goals to go after. We put the build out, we test, we get the feedback, and we act on that feedback and sort of move on to the next one. So, safe to say, we've been doing this for quite some time at a much smaller scale. So this is not the first time we've put the game in the hands of civilians, so to speak. So we've been getting feedback all along. I just kind of wanted to bring that point up. This is not It's not like we've just been heads down. This is our first time sharing our video with the world. We've had a small group of various insider private flights, user research, so all of the
Okay.
inputs have been a critical part of development really since the beginning. Certainly, but now we're opening the floodgates to get all sorts of new perspectives and I think critically fresh eyes, brand new perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely. Fresh eyes, fresh hardware, like everything that we could ask for is coming from the hundreds of thousands of people who are going to be playing this weekend.
So before we move on, I also just want to comment on, if your Twitter feed's like mine, the invites started rolling out yesterday about 5 p.m. eligible insiders. It's been kind of a whirlwind of emotions, I'm sure, for many people. Sending out hundreds of thousands of emails, it turns out, takes a lot of time. There are people, as of an hour or two ago, I'm seeing are just now receiving their emails. So I think my message to everyone is, not everyone will get in this particular tech preview and this flight in. We knew that was going to be the case because we need to incrementally grow. We sort of want to walk before we run, right? But I do want to make sure people know that there will be future opportunities, right? This is not the only tech preview that we plan between now and launch.
That's correct. This is the first and probably the smallest. So as we grow and over the coming months, it's
Damn.
about new builds with additional features. They're each going to have a larger and larger audience as we head into this launch.
So just really critically, if you want to be a participant in a future tech preview or flight, please head to haloinsider.com. Anyone can opt in at any point. Make sure your profile is completed. We'd love to get more and more people in for future flights, as Sam mentioned. So, Sam, maybe now let's shift gears a little bit. I think one of the really cool and ambitious aspects of this project is kind of the breadth of platforms that we're going to support right now. I mean, not only is our multiplayer experience free to play, but cross-play. I mean, we are really truly going to where
Yeah.
our players are,
What?
regardless of
PlayStation?
platform.
Yeah, and this tech
PC.
preview is no exception.
Ah.
We're going to be rolling out this tech preview on all the platforms we intend to ship with at launch. So you're going to be able to play on anything in the Xbox One family, the Series X and Series S, and we're going to be going out to, as I said before, a variety of PC hardware, and all that's going to be cross-play.
And the PC, by the way, also on Steam, which we know a lot of fans are excited about. I think for the purpose of this tech preview, we're only on Steam for PC, but obviously for launch, that won't be the only means of playing our game. Now,
Oh, okay.
one thing we did want to know, I think, Sam, at a high level, safe to say that the experience that we're going to put out in this tech preview, specifically on each of these platforms, when it comes to like fidelity and performance, safe to say that what's in the preview today is not necessarily indicative of our targets when we launch the game.
Yeah, that's correct. So performance is something that we're working on week after week, and as I said before, this is a build that's about 2 months old. So we cut this from Maine 2 months ago to work on it, and a lot of the performance work that goes in wasn't appropriate to bring over to this branch because performance work can often create instability. We want to keep this as stable as possible when we launch it. So we're still about 2 months behind in terms of performance, and obviously there's more way to go before we launch later this year.
And I would assume the data we get from this tech preview will be really valuable as we continue to sort of make sure we're supporting the widest breadth of PC configurations, for example. And
I think personally, if they give me the option between PC or my Xbox, I think I'll choose the Xbox because
speaking of that, I know people
I think it'll be more indicative as to what they need to, what bugs might show up. I think my PC is more or less average or above average to what people have. I mean, I spent the money to try to get at least above average, so I'll hope that this works.
Prior to the stream, we were able to put together a little bit of gameplay capture, and I'd like to give folks a glimpse at this is going to be a Halo Infinite multiplayer match recorded, I believe, last week here in the studio. Just to give people a sense of this is the game as it currently stands in this build, running on an Xbox One. So I'm going to give a shout out to Joshua here behind the scenes running production for the live stream. Josh, if you want to cue that up, I think people are really eager to see some gameplay.
Finally!
Take a look. Let's see how this game is looking early on.
No offense, I don't know who I don't know. Okay, cool. So far, very Halo-ish. I don't know. Ooh. I don't.
That's the sniper. No, it's not the sniper. It's another weapon that they have.
Yeah. I don't know if I never really liked a lot of these plasma rifle type of things, like the sniper ones. No, the one I really didn't like was the Promethean ones. Those kind of annoyed me, but I think it is a. That's the.
Sam, clearly we're looking at a little Slayer match here on Bazaar, one of our new maps. There's a lot to take in, I'm sure, for viewers who are just seeing a lot of stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I can't remember if we've shown things like the whole color being used. I think it was usually shown in the multiplayer trailer, and I think this is the first time we've shown first person.
So it looks like a pretty big map.
I think it has. We're also right now kind of getting a look at the friend and foe system that we've discussed in some of our blogs in the past. This is kind of moving away from forcing players into red and blue, allows us to kind of maintain that unique armor customization that's become a greater focal point for Halo Infinite.
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty good example of that.
Alright, so I'm gonna pay attention to when we die.
Oh, so
What?
the weapons are right now?
I think
Okay.
I just noticed custom skin by the AR there.
Change. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have, like, you know how back in Halo 4 when you die you can choose the gun layout, like what gun you wanted to come in with and what armor setting you wanted. It doesn't look like we get that option anymore. I think some people are gonna be very happy about that. They don't like the fact that we get like those custom layouts, which might have given you an unfair advantage depending on how you do it. Yeah. So.
But I guess it's the better weapons if you have them.
Yeah, so I guess it looks like it's gonna go back to the OG one, where like a power weapon's gonna spawn and you have to go for it. Now, it looks like this guy got spawned with an assault rifle and and a magnum.
I love AR skins.
So those are your basics.
It's kind of nice being able to customize your starting.
The true and tried basics of every Halo.
I like to have
Okay, you picked it up. You saw that from the wall.
Now, internally, from a development and playtest perspective, obviously we've got teams focusing on all platforms.
So is this the DMR? It looks really cool.
We've got
Yeah.
It sounds really.
Xbox
Uh-huh.
Series X and S,
That's what
and
it looks.
low, medium, and high PC specs.
You saw a grenade go right there.
Obviously, this isn't full. We can't cover every PC spec out there, but we're trying to have a good
Ooh,
range within
nice. Traded.
And we have folks playing on Xbox One.
Then you get to see that right there.
I enjoy it.
Dude, you should go into the Halo Waypoint thing.
It's a really important thing for us to
Uh huh.
make sure
Go ahead and save, and well, you know the Xbox, but it's
It
fine.
really is awesome that we're able to kind of bring that audience forward with us, right? I mean, we know there's obviously a large amount of Xbox One players.
So it looks
out
like
there,
you also
especially
spawn
as
with
friends
2
of some people
grenades,
I
huh?
think are still eager to acquire a new console, and with some of the
So you can
supply chain
spectate, I think, who killed you, and if I'm, oh no, those were your teammates. You can spectate between your teammates, see where they are.
You know, thankfully I'm not one of the engineers. I
So I
can't
guess the
imagine
weapons
it's
are just
necessarily a
spread out
trivial
across the map
undertaking
and you have
to
to
be
pick
able to
one.
scale so smart.
Yeah.
across different
Okay,
platforms.
there's a
I'd say
a
shaping up super,
power
super
item.
nice, and really looking forward to getting some feedback.
Like somewhere right. I guess I have my thing. I'll show that. So this is your teammates who are still alive. You're spectating yourself who's dead. You can change players.
What game
We're
mode
going to
is
show a
this?
little more
Is
gameplay
s-
here in a bit.
Slayer.
We're going to have Tom
Uh-huh.
French, our multiplayer associate creator.
Okay, I kind of wish the Covenant weapons would be in Covenant pods, not like in the UNSC things. But I guess nowadays, in lore, they kind of work together. So I guess it kind of makes sense.
We have another match from Xbox Series X that we're going to get
Okay,
into.
that guy's a dumbass.
But once this wraps up, we're going to jump back over to the build, and we're going to
Do you
look
have
through
the
this real
needlers
fight.
in the other games or no?
By the way, I heard you're a real Needler.
In the
Needler
in
fan.
Halo 5 they had it, but I don't think it
That
was
is true.
all
I
that
love
great.
the Needler.
They looked really different
I
too.
think it's one of the most unique weapons we have in Halo, and I've loved every expression of it. Hasn't always been the most powerful gun in the game, but it's always been interesting to use.
It feels like it shreds
think
in
so.
this game, at least in our playtest,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's do not sleep on the Needler this weekend. I'll just say that.
Yeah, especially like
It's really
against
good, but I
bots,
guess like in
they
the
know how to
open
do
layout that they
so-
had, like it wasn't
Yeah,
versatile enough because
Mm.
you never
Get you
get
bots,
close
and we'll
enough.
talk about that a little
It
bit
takes a
more
while for the Needler to actually do any
today
damage.
when
Yeah,
Tom
it's
joins
like it's a
us.
setup. Like you have
Why
to
don't
get
we
like
sort
the
of
shots
pivot
and
back
there's,
now
like
to
10
the
other
real
people
build,
fucking, like,
which
shooting
I'm
you.
sure people are really eager to see. And I thought maybe we just kind of help give our players who are going to be a part of the tech preview, just kind of give them the lay of the land a little bit, show them what they can expect and what that's going to look like. So Josh, maybe if you want to cut to, we'll go to my feed, I reckon, and we can sort of take a look at our lobby space, I guess. You know, what is the official term for this space that we're going to feed into? Once Josh is able to kind of hit that switch. There we go.
Mm.
So this is it, right? This is our tech preview build. We're looking at it right now live.
Yep, this is the menu that you get to hit as soon as you boot up. So you can see like the multiplayer and academy options there. If you hit start, you can get into our main settings, and there's a few settings I think we wanna
Yeah,
show
let's
off.
take a
on there.
look. I mean, no, I like settings. No one's ever seen these settings in detail before, so we'll kind of take a look.
Oh,
here.
okay, that's good. That's good. Fuck yeah. Now we get to see the actual button layout. So this is the default one. So right trigger still fire weapon. RB is the use equipment. So that okay. Was it always right RB?
Pretty sure. RB.
And you think so? Yeah.
Yeah, for like grenades and shit. Yeah.
Oh, grenades are LB. RB is the like the bubble shield and like and all that other stuff that we had before. And switch weapon is still Y. Hold to switch weapon. I guess when you have one on the when you pick it up. B is for crouch now and for sliding. All right. I remember when crouch used to be just hit the right thumbstick. But okay, that's kind of I think that's different. To melee, you need to click on the right thumbstick. I think is what RB used to be. You used to be able to just hit someone with the RB function. That's how the button used to be, but now it's different. Now we have reload as X as always. A is for jumping, that's always. And then it was like, alright, so we have the D-pad. The up D-pad is mark helmet light. So you can mark someone and you can turn on your helmet light. I'm guessing that's gonna be for mainly campaign. I don't see why you would need helmet light. Maybe. Grenade switcher is the left D-pad. The bottom D button is the AI scan. So that means I'm guessing that's when the whole radar thing is. When you get to see your the enemies. And and the right D-pad button is to drop the weapon. That's
Right D-pad?
So that's new. I don't remember there being a dedicated button to just drop the weapon you don't want. You always had to kind of switch it out.
I think so.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
Alright, so the next one is you can click down on the L pad on the left thumbstick to sprint now. I think that's also different because I think before you had to do it on the right thumbstick to sprint. Maybe not. I'm trying not to confuse the halos and the different button layouts you can choose from between the halos, so it's kind of getting kind of fuzzy in my head. And then LB is throw grenade, LT is zoom, and campaign scoreboard and all that jazz.
So we want to make sure, obviously, players understand. And like, first thing you should do if you're going to be in the tech fair this weekend, probably just kind of get acclimated, tweak your settings to your liking, just make sure that things are sort of the way you want them, if you will. So I think, I'll just quickly scroll through. I'm not going to speak to every one of these. I think we'll be here all afternoon, but I think you're going to find a lot of sort of what.
So we can actually say if we want auto climb or not, and step jump. That's actually really interesting. I wonder how that affects just step jumping. I would imagine. I guess so.
Defined in some regards.
Like a manual, like an automatic jump.
I kind of really dial in my sensitivity and all that. I'm pretty casual, so I kind of tend to just run default in a lot of cases. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah, I think that I've never gotten into all the zoom sensitivity settings, but
For me, I usually bump up the sensitivity on the speed of the camera, and a few times I change the button layout if I don't really like it at all. I know I changed it for Halo 5, I just couldn't stand the button layout for Halo 5. I had to change that. I think I put to in Boxer, the second setting of Boxer. I think so. Maybe not Box, but I know there was one that said Box, and I was like, maybe that's the one that I clicked on. I can't remember what.
Things here they might want to look at that's pretty interesting. If we can get down to it, is the fact that triple keybinds. You have a lot of flexibility here in how you want to set up your keys. I want to give a shout out as all the work that happened over the last couple of years to update MCC and bring that to PC, and all the fantastic work by the pub team. Being able to have triple keybinds was super important to the PC community. That was great feedback that we heard, and that's a good example of just one of taking those learnings and kind of that experience and bringing it over to the internet side.
yeah, I think we owe a great debt to all the work that MCC and the publishing team has done with diving in, like, feet first into the PC environment and getting us ready for this.
I'll hover on this one for a minute because I'm pretty sure I haven't been able to do this before in a game. Have I been able to actually just straight up drop my weapon for a teammate before?
Not that I know of, and honestly,
No.
it's been quite fun to use, especially when you're playing with like some less experienced players. You can just secure rockets for them and then hand it over to them. They get to play around with a power weapon that they might not normally have gotten.
So there we.
I think it's more so for like the experienced players to get new players to hunt the weapons for them. Just give it to them. so they can win.
Alright, I'm dying.
I can see that. Your entire screen is red.
Say maybe this is the end of betraying your teammates to take sniper.
Yeah, now you just gotta explore them.
Possibly. Cool. So a whole bunch of stuff here. You know, this is something else that we I think was mentioned in one of our employee spotlight blogs, but marking. This is also a
Wait, hold on.
element.
Equip grapple shot. Ooh, wait, what? What does that mean? Like, you can equip it? Why is there a dedicated button just for equipping grapple shot?
So if you're on PC, it is super easy just to mark everyone you see, and the game rewards you for it. You actually get points. You get a mark assist if someone kills someone who you've marked. It stacks with your normal assist points. And I believe there's a medal you can earn for marking enough people who get killed.
That's insane.
So I'll just kind of scroll through here quickly so we don't totally get inundated in settings, but it just goes on and on and on. So let me go here to video as well. Something else I just kind of want to point out, which by the way,
Field of view.
That is criminal for me to be on a FOV of only 70, but you know, we heard, I think this has always been something Halo fans have wanted. We know, and everyone knows, the FOV really does have a dynamic impact on your experience in terms of not only just your vision, but the sensation of movement and speed. All those things are greatly impacted. So pretty awesome to me that on day one we already have.
We know this guy has a 2080 now. Display monitor, bird dog, NDI. Dude, this is really cool. Borderless full screen.
I think on multiple platforms. It's not a PC only feature.
That's correct. Yeah.
Resolution 4K.
I mean, what's your preference? I kind of generally like to kick it up here, maybe in the 90 to 100 range. I mean, we can go all the way up to 120 if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I usually like to kick it in 95 to 100.
All right, well, I'll split the difference. We'll go 95 there. But yeah, just kind of go through here. Lots of different nuanced graphical settings to really allow people to custom tailor based on, you know,
Wow, that's a lot.
personal preferences. What's most important? to them,
Decorator
PC hardware.
graphics.
If I didn't mention that, it's not clear. We are playing on PC here currently, so you know, you will not have the full breadth of all these options necessarily on every platform. But clearly for PC, it makes the most sense. I thought this is pretty cool too.
Alright.
Being able to sort of opt in or opt out of something that we call speed lines. So when you're sprinting in the game, we have some cool visual effects that help sort of really convey that sense of increased speed. But if I don't like it, I can just turn it off.
Yeah, I think the fact we've got so many settings that are tailored so that you can fully immerse yourself, or if you're looking for a stripped down...
Hold up, I think I saw something. Sensory, ideal, enable speed lines. What does it mean? 1 gigabyte with 53 megabytes on it. 1.5 gigabytes. I don't know what that means. So he's on sensory right now, right? So ideal is 10.2, basically 10.3 gigabytes of speed lines. I wonder what that means.
But if I don't like it, I can just turn it off.
Yeah, I think the fact we've got so many settings that are tailored so that you can fully immerse yourself, or if you're looking for a stripped down experience, if you don't want that, you can turn it off.
Same thing goes, of course, lots of audio customization here. Want to make sure people are aware of like things like subtitles. You can turn those off and on if you want to. I did want to call this out as well. I know you and I were talking earlier about this, but just a little bit of a public service announcement for anyone playing this weekend in the tech preview. By default, currently in this build, your mic is just set to full open, full high. So some people might like that, some people may not. Personally, I was kind of caught by surprise when I was saying a bunch of stuff in the game and I thought it was private. So I just wanted to pass my learnings on to you so no one gets kind of caught maybe in a precarious situation there. So yeah, a lot of different options here, including Spartan Chatter. We'll hear a little bit more of that when we roll some more footage. And then the last thing I thought would be kind of cool to really point out, we talked about this a little bit briefly in some of our blogs, but we have this new...
Yo, that's nice. So it's true. We can customize what color our enemy is. It doesn't just have to be red and blue. For blue and it's for blue our friends, and red the other team. We can just change it to whatever we want. And fire team UI color, that's interesting. So we do have fire team.
In order to really support and embrace our goals and our aspirations about leaning more into player expression and having a lot more cool ways to customize your own Spartan, your own Spartan journey, it just didn't really work anymore to force everyone into a default red or blue model, right?
Right. And so by default we have red and blue outlines, but for accessibility purposes, we know the various people can't see in certain shades, so we've got a wide array of colors that you can choose for both enemies and friends, and you can also customize the folks in your fire team to be another unique color.
Yeah, it is really flexible, really cool. I also personally being able to sort of, if I want to go old school and display a full gamer tag above someone's head, I could do that. It also helps me sometimes when I'm personally just trying to register a friend from foe. And then, you know, I should call this out. You'll see this in the UI menu here. The theater will not be included in the tech preview, so we won't have that experience. The theater is coming back though, so
Nice.
you know, event timeline is a brand new feature. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but you could probably surmise what that might mean in the context of the theater. And this is pretty crazy too. Weapon offsets, so people want to be able to move that stuff around, I guess.
Yeah, I know people who like to get just like different gameplay experience, like some old school games that they have the weapon more centered, or some people like to just push it way off, or so far off that they hit their mic. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I guess, you know, one of the predominant themes here is just trying to give players as many options as possible to really dial in the experience to suit their personal tastes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is just a set of menus, but I'm really looking forward to hearing what people think of these settings and the things that they can put together to customize it to exactly how they want it to be. I want Halo to be like the comfiest chair in your house.
I like that. All right, so let's back out of the settings. Something else I think we want to point out too.
No,
is in the
I
tech
lost my
reviews
spot.
going
All right.
around this weekend.
Dude,
The news feed. Wow, this is like next gen news.
Yo.
I actually like this one better. I think it was in Halo 4 we got news updates, right? Like every now and then we open the thing and it was just like we'll get and then like we just get bombarded with the hey check out this new stuff and all that crap. I didn't really like it. I thought it was way, like too in my face about it. But this one's like, hey, just click on this menu button and there you go. There's all your news.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I liked it. I mean,
You did?
Yeah, because then it would tell you shit that you didn't know about. I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Really? I just got like it was kind of like too much. It was like because then it was just like you have to constantly close out all the different tabs that would pop up.
They'll
So I didn't.
tell you everything they were doing without you, like, because like if they didn't tell me, I would have never known about it. Like, oh yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, or else I would have never known about it.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. That's one way to look at it. I just was kind of tired of having to always close it out.
But to keep an eye on, if you're playing in the tech preview, we will probably use this to convey updates over the course of the flight, critical information.
Tech preview attention PC insiders, tech preview overview, battle pass and store.
Yeah, so we've got a notification for people on PC, especially if you're using the AMD GPU. You gotta make sure you update to the latest driver. It is a significant performance increase for PCs
Ooh.
on AMD GPUs.
Oh, I'm using
For that kind of
NVIDIA, so
Awesome.
it's unfortunate,
Sam,
but
I
not.
think that's all I got for you today. Any final parting words or thoughts before we jump over and dig into some customization?
No, I want to see the customization too. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Thank you, Sam. We'll be right back in just a moment. We're going to be joined by Jerry Hook here, and we're going to talk about all the things you can do to customize your Spartan Tech preview. Be right back in just a moment.
We're gonna skip the same footage that we've been seeing for like the past month. I mean, I love it, but like, we've been seeing this for the past month over and over again. Kind of, are you worried that we're not gonna get a beta for like the campaign?
We're not gonna get beta for the campaign, just the multiplayer. But I mean, that's fine. Like, you know, rather save the good stuff. You know, I hate it when you get spoiled beforehand.
I personally like I would rather have a beta to know that to fix the bugs because I mean the beta is the one that the campaign is the one we had all the bugs issues that we saw, like with the smokes popping in and out depending on how, like when you're crossing the area, and it's just like kind of like I want to know like they got those bugs fixed. So now we're just gonna have to like so it's all on the multiplayer and the multiplayer like I think I said on my other stream on Twitch that the multiplayer's like player engagement is gonna be sky high compared to the campaign. I think in the beginning they could be close-ish, but it's always gonna be higher than the campaign. The campaign I'm gonna either love it or hate it, but I'm gonna be playing the campaign as much as I can. But it's the multiplayer that everybody is waiting for, and the campaign might just fall by the wayside because of it. We still don't have a date. That's the big thing. There's no date.
And we're back. All right. Thanks, everyone. We are back.
Still says holiday 2021.
Halo Infinite Tech Preview live stream here at 343 Industries in Redmond, Washington. My next guest has just sat down next to me. please welcome Jerry Hope. Jerry, head of design. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Really looking forward to this. It's very exciting, and we're doing it live. Like,
Head of design.
This would not be more nerve-wracking
Hey,
than
what?
doing it live.
Just, I probably have like 5 people watching. No pressure, no stress. I mean, it's just between us, right? We're just playing some Halo, talking about Halo.
Yeah.
So Jerry, I think you're going to join us today. We're going to talk a little bit about sort of the player progression, customization side of the game, things that kind of fall under our live team umbrella. Kind of from your perspective through that.
Are you looking forward to customization, or is that something like you don't even consider?
Yeah, bro, I had everything.
Well, are you more for like? Do you wanna? How much of it do you think is gonna be all pay, and how much of it is like you can earn them if you do this achievement?
You can earn pretty much all of this stuff either by leveling up or grinding. I don't mind it. I mean, if they could add DLC, like I guess, or like pay things, but I don't think Halo's ever been like kind of stingy in regards to like customization. There's like hundreds of fucking like options available, so they decide to go down that road. I don't mind it.
I mean, they already kind of told us in the E3 that they were gonna try to a lot of the microtransactions would be customization. So it will be kind of interesting to see how much further it goes within that.
Through that lens, what are you and the team looking for? What are your kind of high-level goals? What does this tech preview mean to you?
Yeah, well, first let's really talk about what a live game means to us. Like,
All right.
there's so much coming into Halo that we've never had before.
It's been 6 years. No, 5 years.
Or free to play for the first time.
Wait, when did Halo 5
that
come out?
means a lot. That has a lot of changes.
14 or 15, right?
Fundamentals. And part of what I do is
I think
head
it's been
design
like
is
6
helping
years.
sure
Usually
that
that's not more
everyone
like 16
has
release
their
games,
best
so
work
I
show in
poured
the
on
game.
6 years.
And
Damn.
the base
It's kinda
fundamentals we use, we have
insane.
some pillars that we're using to help make sure that our players get the best experience possible. And the first one of those pillars is player first. And you see that primarily represented in some of our attributes, specifically that Halo, the time
Alright.
and the money that you are investing in our title are extremely important. They're job one for us. That's why you see us move the battle pass to allowing us to have that battle pass be switched, and then the players aren't feeling the 100%
What do you
FOMO
mean?
to I gotta get it now, right? That's
Alright.
the player first model.
Uh,
The other player first model that we're looking for is that
I will say that helps me as someone who typically I wasn't very gung ho, like very on top of Halo's things. So I was always kind of felt kind of like I'm missing stuff. So I don't know. Right now, Battle Pass is you don't play MCC, huh?
MCC?
No,
What is
you the Master Chief Collection kind of stopped playing the Halo multiplayer, huh?
Yeah. It's not that I didn't enjoy it, but I practically got everything you could have in the games.
Did you ever
All the
did you ever
armor-
max out the level on Halo 5?
I don't know. I don't think I did.
You should check if you ever max out the level, because if you do max out the level and then get Halo Infinite, you're gonna get some new armor here.
Maybe I will.
The level I've been hearing a lot is level 152. I'm not sure if that rings any bells, because I know it's been a couple years now.
I don't know if I did max it out. I would, if I'm not maxed out, I'm sure I'm pretty close to it. But I played the game a lot. I had literally every single thing you could have collected in the game.
I'm trying to remember back when Halo 5 first came out. I know we weren't really happy with it.
I was happy with it. What are you talking about? You weren't happy with it.
No, I was not happy with it. I don't know, I kind of fell off the Halo hype train in Halo 4.
It was a story. The story wasn't as good as the other one. That's for sure. The
Because I know,
gameplay was
like,
lacking.
I know you were always more like on multiplayer type of things.
Yeah.
I was always more campaign, so when I heard the story was kind of meh,
Yeah.
it just kind of like I lost a lot of interest. And I don't know, multiplayer was, I found it fun, but it was always just more the campaign on my side. So I'm really hoping if this multiplayer for Halo Infinite is how friendly it is for guys who don't really play multiplayer all that often. Cause I did feel like it was like skill cap that I've always kind of felt it was frustrating to have to play again sometimes.
Campaign's always gonna be easier just because I guess it's against AIs, but I mean for the people, I mean I can't really tell you. You just gotta get good.
You fucker. Yeah, no, but I've been playing MCC, not a lot, but occasionally, and I definitely feel it feels good when you do something cool on when you're playing. Like when you start like getting a bunch of headshots in a row. I think the maximum amount of headshots I got was in Halo 1 because MCC kind of throws you in between the Halos, and I went to Halo 1 and those the Slayer. I don't know if it was Slayer in Halo 1, and I got a couple of headshots in a row. I think max I got 4 or 5, and that's really good for me. So it was and I was like, oh my god, I felt really good. I was also with our little cousin, and he's I think he's better than I am because he does play all these other type of games. So I really like the fact that he also kind of got into the Halo stuff. He doesn't play Halo as much as we did back in his age, but I'm curious to see if Halo Infinite would be up his speed. He has PlayStation over Xbox, so he can't play MCC like we can or Halo. So I don't know. We'll see when he comes over and I have Halo Infinite if he likes it or not, because that could also be pretty important. Get the new generation of kids to play Halo.
But apparently, aren't they gonna end it with this one?
Wait, what?
Aren't they gonna end the Halo trilogy with this one?
I don't know. I mean, that was the rumor, right? Back when Halo 5 came out, that when Halo 6 comes out, that was gonna be the last one. But that kind of went away because it took so long for them to get Halo 6 out.
Still in my mind, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, like in the general consensus, I haven't really heard anybody talking about. Hey, I mean, we've heard the new rumor where this will be the last Halo for the next 10 years. You dropped my fucking shit again. Not that. Alright, so yeah, like we've heard back when Halo 5 came out, we were hearing talks about Halo 6. We all thought that it was the rumors like, hey, Halo 6 ends it, like that's the last one.
Yeah.
But now we're hearing, I mean, for the Halo Infinite, what I've been hearing is like, this is the last one. This is the last Halo for like the next 10 years, because it's gonna be a live service. So they're gonna be updating Halo Infinite, like every season or whatever time frame they have,
Cool.
they're gonna be updating it. So it's gonna be a live service, and I don't know what that means. If that does,
Infinite makes sense.
yeah.
I support you, Infinite.
Though that does, I guess, kind of go with hand in hand with this could be the last story for Master Chief. So I wonder how that goes.
Maybe.
We want to delight, and we want to have those experiences.
I mean, we're not gonna hear those questions answered here. This is all about the tech side of multiplayer, so we're not gonna get those questions answered.
Games where they just add chores, or they just add things that aren't really delighting the player, but the player has to get through. And so these mentalities change fundamentally what we're doing from a Halo perspective. Next big pillar is we want to listen, we want to learn, and we want to experiment with all of you as players. And this is critical. Like Sketch, you're such a critical piece of this, of listening to the community, and as everyone out there right now is screaming about assassinations and about sprints and everything else that all
I think when Halo 4 first came out, we saw assassinations. That was like the dopest fucking shit ever.
Yeah. To take that out would be kind of bummed. That's kind of disrespectful.
Didn't it get harder to do assassinations in Halo 5?
Not necessarily. You do have to be behind them. Well, it's just kind of harder to do it on someone, like especially if it's a live player.
I mean, I think you're the one who told me that you can do assassination on the boss guy.
Yeah, you can pretty much. Well, like obviously when it came, what can I do it on? So you try it on everything. So yeah, you can pretty much do it on just about all the mobs, I think. But like they have exceptions. I don't know what the exceptions are, but yeah, they're cool.
I think I assassinated I forgot the name of the Prometheans, but the big, not the boss, but the mini bosses.
Yeah.
Like they're equivalents of the hunters. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're like toon.
Dude.
various community members, they want to have a voice in the hobby that they love. And we're
Have you ever assassinated somebody in multiplayer and then have someone steal it from you?
Yeah. They're like assassinating them and then like fucking.
They headshot the guy.
Yeah.
I've had that happen.
Son of a bitch.
I've had that happen to me once or twice. I can't remember. But it was years ago, back when I actually did play Halo 5 and all that. Because I remember I played it on occasion when you weren't playing it. But yeah, I don't know. Like it always felt kind of bad because you always feel like it's hard enough to get that assassination, multiplayer wise, and then for someone to steal that kill.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah, no. Ah.
yeah.
We're hoping to bring that to you, and working with you and your team, Sketch and Uni, and as well as when you look at Toshing, you look at our esports communities. All of them have voices that we want to make sure that we can hear and bring into our experiences. The next pillar off of that is the story doesn't end with Master Chief. The story is actually your story as well, and our story is going to grow even in the multiplayer.
Alright, Vince. I need you to be in this chair and watch this video for me.
What?
Because I need to take a shit.
What?
You heard me.
Well,
Be the voice.
yes, sir. So I'm gonna watch this video. Hello? I think this is live streaming. Am I supposed to talk to myself or your audience?
Yourself, I guess. They want to see
Players side. This is pretty critical when you take a look
If
at
we
the
ever do get
conference
any
and the
comments.
teams have done with Academy and
gonna
all
be
the other
difficult. So
stories
just keep
that
talking.
we're bringing to play. That's your story in our universe, and we want to make sure that you have a story that continues with you. And then lastly is just for the team. You see so many stories of game development teams
chat.
being
That
burned
was
out
just-
and burned to a crisp. And we want to make sure that, our core pillar of we want to be able to build a sustainable and predictable game for all of you. And that's really, really critical, because if the team isn't there and the team isn't supporting all of the experiences we want to bring to you, then you won't have those experiences. And so we have to do it in a very predictable fashion. The other thing, from a player first perspective, our players should be able to trust us that when we say, hey, we're going to go after, I've seen like the lists on Reddit and whatnot, right? And those lists are huge, right? And we obviously can't solve all of them on day one. In our launch, we're going to launch, and we know that we've probably made some mistakes that you're not going to like from all of you, and we're going to need to correct some of those. And some of those are like, hey, can you make it bigger? We want to go after those as well. So that's all pretty critical. And so in this tech preview, which isn't a beta, is we're testing the technical side of it. And so you purchase everything. If you're in the technical preview, just go purchase everything. We need to test all of our services and connecting with our
I don't understand. They're talking too techie.
And Joaquin and
I
our
want
services,
gameplay.
man, they're on point. They're amazing.
Where's the gameplay at?
We just need to make sure that all the technology works. But we will have some customization.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not a full customization at all of what'll be in the launch product, but that customization is going to help at least help us understand what's important to you from the small subset that we're giving you to play with.
Well, I think we should take a look at some of that. Speaking about my custom Spartans, I did want to just clarify one point. You're talking about spend as much as you can, buy everything.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, everyone invited to this tech preview will be granted a bunch of credits. So we're not asking anyone to spend your real money. So
Yeah,
in
no,
fact,
not at all.
we won't even take your money. There's no way to do that.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to give you our money and ask you to spend it and just go have fun.
Yeah,
So
and prices aren't none of that is final. We're just trying to get some semblance of differences, so you as players would know what's
Yeah.
better value, what's lower value.
They're gonna start talking about
Let's go back into the
customization.
Build here, Josh. I guess we'll go to my screen, if you will, and I'm going to go into the customize menu here up at the top. Jerry, I thought we might just kind of run through a few of these things, and then we'll kind of just navigate through the world of customization.
Well, I guess I'm having a
As it
conversation
exists
about
still,
myself.
which, as you already noted, is just a subset of what
This
we can
is
expect
cool.
to find in the shipping game. So I think we'll just go down the list here. People
Yeah.
are probably very eager, I assume. They've never seen this. By the way, I do like this idle animation. You let it sit and it just kind of cycles through some really cool.
It looks
sort of
like
3D
there's
assets.
Yes.
4
Yes,
categories that
but
we
nice.
can
The other cool
dip
thing is,
into,
like,
I
we're
guess,
talking
regarding
about
customization.
You already know we're doing
Armor
a
haul,
lot more, and
I
it's
guess
great
is,
to
your
see,
armor for your
and you
Spartan.
notice some of the customization that's going on with bots, and in your own hands with, with your AR. That's all in the game for people to play with.
All right, well, let's start by going in the armor hall, and then we're just going to kind of quickly move through here, and then we'll kind of bounce around.
Well,
like you and I
this is
discussed.
cool.
So armor hall, pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to customize my Spartan's armor, right?
There
so
we go. As
right
stated.
away, here we go. Now for this tech preview,
Man, that's
because
beautiful.
It's a subset, I'm gonna have one.
And it's a
Armor Core
blue
that's gonna be
variant.
Mark
It's a
7
freaking
Armor
blue
Core.
variant.
You know, Jerry, you and I have discussed this a little bit.
Super basic, but
Just,
super
there's been a
cool.
lot of questions, I think, in the community since we first started talking about armor cores, right? And we've demonstrated this and sort of showed it off in our old overview video and some prior blogs. So how would you sort of best describe, like, what is an armor core and sort of how should we think about that?
Yeah, so this is one of our new systems. So Christopher Blum and Jeremy have done a really great job here creating a system. You know, one of the things when we stepped back in design, we wanted to rethink how do we help make sure that our players are really represented as characters. And when you take a look at
Okay.
Spartan armor, it's
So
like
this is
strapping
pretty
on
cool.
a
This is they're getting.
or maybe
They are going down that
some
route of
armor
like this
that
is gonna be
is like an
updated,
M1
like
Abrams tank, right?
you know
Each
they're
one
just
of those
planning on
vehicles is
making and
unique,
elongating
has
this
unique
because it says
characters.
season 1. So
The
that
other
means this
great
armor
thing
is
about
going to be
that,
exclusive
thing
towards
we're
the
trying to
season
build
1.
is
So
we're
that's
trying
really
to make
cool.
sure that the
So there's going to
character
be
of that armor
limited, you know,
really comes through.
armor.
There's
So you're
really
going to
no
want to
better way
collect
to show
stuff. So
this
when the
than,
game hops out, you're going to
hey,
want to hop
Josh,
on it
you
because you will
have,
not get the
one
chance
of
to
the
get it again.
pictures,
That's
one of the
what
concept
I'm
pictures?
thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone
that is
saw at the end of that
fucking
amazing
cool,
multiplayer
mates.
trailer the samurai armor.
I guess there's
When
this
we
samurai
talk about
here.
strapping on a piece of armor as a unique character, I think our first fracture core, and that's we call these fractures because they're not part of the main canon. They're part of basically side universes that you can look at. You can look at how we're trying to develop the character, and our artists have done an amazing job of really trying to represent the breadth of what we want to look at, maintaining the character.
That is really cool
throughout
if they
the
ever
entire
decide
armor
to
set,
do
and
like
more
alternate,
importantly, allowing that
you know,
customization
fractures
and
of
you
realities
as
or
a
whatever
player saying,
Spartan
"Hey, look,
is.
when I strap on
It's cool.
that armor, you know, that samurai
Oh, sir.
armor tank,
Welcome
I
to
wanna make
Ephraim's
sure that I can
live
make it
stream,
mine.
which he's
And
not
this
here
is the
present
breadth
for.
in
Oh,
which
he's
we
live
can-
streaming?
we can
Yes,
really
sir.
express,
I was so
but
close,
stay
Ethan, to
within
beating
the character.
another
We don't want
boss.
everyone to
First
I have
try.
been tasked to watch this video. It's actually pretty cool. Halo Infinite is coming out.
I know it is.
Basically.
Look,
And so
fool!
then you
The
can look at
samurai
what-
armor.
It's badass, I know.
Look at it.
It's awesome.
Think about it. And you take a look at the attachments that you're seeing there. You're seeing swords.
I want
You're
it.
seeing, you know, a bandolier. You're seeing grenades. You're seeing different hit
I almost
pieces,
beat
you're
the
seeing
next boss,
Daggers.
Beeson.
You're seeing darts. You're
First
seeing
try.
whole different expression of
That's
what
I already
a
got rid of
samurai
half of his
could look
HP,
at- could
and I
look
didn't even have stuff equipped.
and that's
It was
pretty
just
critical
pure
for us to
skill.
help, at least in this first impression.
No
in our
skills,
first moments
nothing
before
like that.
everyone
Play my
launched.
stuff.
No.
Because remember, in a live game perspective, we are expecting everyone to provide
'Cause I
feedback,
believe in
what
you.
works,
You
what
got
doesn't
this.
work,
I
we want
believe
to
you
see
can do it
more,
by yourself, too.
and that's where the game will grow as we move forward.
Now, this is
You can go
awesome,
back,
by the way.
Josh.
I'm super excited by the Yoroi Samurai in particular, which, by the way, we've also confirmed will be one of the first free pieces of content that players can earn in Season 1 by just completing a free event.
I guess what
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
curious about
And-
is the
and again,
body
that-
and
that type
AI.
of
I guess
completion where just playing the game
could
and
speculate,
earning
but I
things
don't
is
really
still
know
a part of not only
what
our
to
DNA,
say.
but again, from a free-to-play game, we want to make sure that we provide multiple avenues, not just the battle pass, but you have different ways, and we'll show that as we go forward. Different ways in which you can earn things.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of cycling through the weapon bench just to give give our viewers a sense of what that looks like. So, if I were to equip weapon coatings, I could check them out here. I'm just sort of scrolling through, giving people a chance to
this
see
is essentially
some
the
of
guns that you're going to be seeing,
some of the weapons
in the
that
game.
we have in the game currently that they'll be able to check out. So I really love this feature.
This is so sweet because every time you pick up a weapon, right, you take it off the weapon pad, it is your weapon, and it'll be skinned the way you want it to. It'll look the way you want it to. It is just a sweet feeling.
Let's quickly jump into vehicle bay. I
Vehicles.
mean, one quick caveat here is none of the experiences in this tech preview build will let you drive vehicles this time around. But of course, vehicles are an integral part of our sandbox, huge part of the experience, especially with the return of Big Team Battle.
Yeah.
So
How you
we'll
doing,
get into
Eve?
that later this year. But I'll just kind of give people a quick glimpse here of some of the updated models, some of these things we're seeing for the first time, I believe.
Yeah, and again, for what we're showing here from a customization perspective, you make this you. So you get
Razorback.
to say, hey, look, no, when I drive
Oh,
my
it's a
Warthog, or
Scout's
when I get on my
Warthog.
Razorback with my team, I'm the driver.
The
I get into it
Goose.
first. It's going to look the way that I want it to look like. And so as you continue to play and you're in the community, you're going to have different looks from players, and everyone will know like it is you in the driver's seat.
All right, then I'm going to jump down one more real quick here in the body and AI. This one, you know, we obviously have a couple different body types I can choose from. I really love actually the depth that we've been able to go to now for prosthetics, right? Just
Yeah.
an additional layer of customization and frankly inclusivity as well.
I
Yeah,
guess this is
sure.
just
The
extra
biggest thing
detailing
is
in
just
regards to
about,
how
you know,
your
from a
character's
philosophy
gonna look like.
perspective for player first is we want everyone to be able to represent themselves. You know, my sister's actually does build prosthetics for a living, and this is very important. Is it's a part of your identity. It's also, quite frankly, some of it's really cool. And again, we're only showing a very small subset, so don't get lost in that. But the sheer fact
Interesting.
that you can do your entire body the way you want to from a prosthetic perspective and really make this your identity is really, really critical for us.
If you
So
read the
personal
description,
AI
it
is
says your
another
AI
new addition to
companions.
The game we introduced this. People heard some personal AI in the MP trailer, for example.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people out there that became instant fans of Lulu, for example. And I think we'll
What
talk
in the
more
world
about
is
probably with Tom
this?
French in a bit. We'll see it in action.
Yo, if you're missing something really cool.
This is just a subset, right? So
Yeah.
there's
And it's
Oh,
also
wow.
just the beginning. Like this is the
This
the
is
biggest
badass.
thing. We have so many things in which
What is this?
you
Is gonna
can
be
really
my
express
favorite like
yourself,
customization aspect.
You know, the way you want to, and even
They
your-
look so
your
derpy
AI sidekick,
and cute.
It's yours to express. Like it's yours to make yours. And I think
They look derpy, but they're
cool
cute.
thing
That's
that you
what's
see-
cute about
you
them.
see Tom talk about it, you see the modes you're going to use it in. It really becomes a part of the personality that you bring to the field.
Yeah, and each AI here, for example, has their own unique voice, their own unique personality. It's really fun, and then you can go one step further if you want to, and actually
Yeah.
even
Get the
a
color.
subset of colors as well. So
Yeah.
personal AIs are one of my favorite additions to the game currently, and I can't wait for players to experience more of that. And then we have one more grayed out area here, and this is where I'd be able to do stuff like my service tag and emblem, and I think you've alluded to. There's more coming than what's in this build, so we want
Yeah.
people to stay tuned. Now I think let's quickly. I want to keep things moving here. I know folks are eager. We got a lot to get through. How about you want to jump over to the battle pass?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
Be on
switch.
camera.
Josh, why don't we jump over to Jerry?
Send your
and
age.
He'll drive us through. Let's
Me?
just talk a little bit about
Oh, him?
what we're designating the Season 0 battle pass.
He just came and told me about
it.
his triumphant, almost
Yeah,
triumphant.
so when you take a look at ourselves
Almost.
learning as a team,
This
the
is
reason why we
almost
want to do
part.
season 0
But it's
is
really super cool
the
what you're
rest
talking
of
about.
our live experience. Our team
They're still
is
talking about
really
customization, huh?
focused Of listening to the players,
Yeah, this-
providing fixes, really going through even veteran
Take up.
people who have worked
Oh my.
on games, game developers.
Oh wow.
When they go through a service, every game is different, every team is different, and it takes a lot of muscle building to really get the rhythm for your teams to be able to add to the game. And so what we hope to hear from on the technical preview side is, again, what's working for you, what's not working for you, what don't you like. Remember, the build is old, so don't treat it as if it's final at all. So as we go into these details.
So these aren't final
just
looks.
Send us your feedback.
Big fucking
Give
wrong
us
gun.
the details that you want to see or improve on.
I did. I dumped
And
this
we won't,
shit.
again, because we're a few months from launch, we won't necessarily be able to fix everything for launch, but we'll start adding lists together.
Different.
First thing I want to talk about from a battle pass perspective is our challenges. Our challenge system is the cornerstone. It is the underlying thing in which we go. Now everyone's familiar with these. We've done a little bit different. This is where you start
Alright.
seeing the first rewards that you get outside of the pass.
Why is
So
this-
we know, right? Games are a bit different today than they were back in the day. In fact,
Yeah.
back in the day, most people only had 2 to 3 games a year that they even looked at. Today, I bet you most of your Steam libraries are much larger than that. And that means players are going from Sea of Thieves, or they're jumping over to Age of Empires, and then
They're only
going to
talking
Halo
about
as well.
fucking
And
Xbox.
we want to make sure that when you sit down, you don't have to absorb an entire battle pass to say, what are my rewards? You can literally just come in, what are the challenges? I'm going to go play my games with my friends, and I'm going to get rewarded for it. That's pretty critical for us from a player.
So they're trying to keep the challenges as simple as possible, then, huh?
I'm going to sometimes get sniper challenges. Now, I'm not Clutch in any way, shape, or form, or Micwin, or any other pro team. I will skip that challenge. So I'll definitely probably swap that. For
Oh,
sure.
you'd swap it.
And I'll want to make sure that I don't have to do that because I'm not good at it at all. So let's
I'll
look
take
at
on
the
that
battle.
challenge. I'm not good at it either.
Are we gonna buy this? Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
Sniper challenges.
You're just like a real tech preview
Alright, so
consultant.
this-
We have given you some money, Jared.
All right, Good. I get paid today. All right.
Who? What is that currency?
Sweet. Got the pass.
Oh, cool.
Ready to go.
So you can buy the pass with
as
in-game
you can
currency
see, oh, I bought it, so now you can see the free
that you can earn.
Yeah,
Or you have to
you're
buy
right.
that in-game
What
currency.
we're not seeing is a smattering of objects in this pass are free, right? So
Correct.
even if someone doesn't want to opt in the optional pass in the real game, there will still be a free track and things to earn.
Yeah, the main thing you think of from a model that we have is every tier there's a free item and a premium item, and that means that every single player, instead of having, most systems you have large swaths of the tiers that aren't earned unless you're premium. For us, we want you to earn every step of the way. And for the preview, we're only having 20 levels in the preview to be able to go after. And so, obviously at launch we'll have much larger, we're not going to talk about that too much, but the great thing you're seeing here is you're seeing customization all along the way.
Ooh.
Do you want to go to yours?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, Josh, you want to jump back over to mine because I had some development sheets enabled, so I've got everything already unlocked. Actually, Josh, switch back over to my feed there. There we go. So now that we have that context here of kind of sort of where this content's going to come from, I'm back in the armor hall. I've just kind of drilled now into this. This is what happens if I click in on my core, right? So.
Yeah.
We don't need to go through all this. I know folks are probably eager to see some more gameplay. They want to talk about bots and arena as well. But, this is where I would apply my coatings, for example. Some of these coatings I'm going to earn. We saw the Keystone coating as a challenge reward, for example. So this is just a taste of kind of what I'll be able to do. I can't wait to see
Wow.
players
Holy
that
shit. Look at that helmet.
I would hope a lot of people are probably going to easily hit tier 20.
You missed it, but yeah, damn.
If not,
That's our hope.
what are you doing? You've had this long to prepare. Like, come on, you waited for this. You need it. Go crazy. But yes, this is just to give you an idea. As I unlock my content for the core, this is where I'm going to go in and be able to customize that.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this the other day, but funny fact, someone pointed out to me that if you want to, I think for the first time in a Halo game, you can have no shoulder pads. Which, hey, if that's your fancy, go for it. So lots of different options here, and
This is like, you're not seeing things in here like armor effects or.
Yeah, he has 2 robot legs.
Listed here. For the tech preview,
A robotic
it's
arm,
really small.
2 robotic arms. This guy has no limbs.
Keep it
That's
basically
cool.
the baseline pieces. Actually, let's talk about armor kick for a little bit.
because this, I don't think this is really fully supported in this build, though.
Yeah, so when we talk about specifically from a pillar perspective of continuing the story, the armor kit kind of represents a bunch of that story. And so when you see this season, when we say story, we mean the continuing story of the universe from when you're in campaign as Master Chief, what are the rest of the Spartans doing? You are a Spartan, and so your story belongs here too. But it's also a place in which you can show iconic characters within the Halo universe. And so a kit, for example, you might get, George or Emil, and that is an entire kit unto itself. And so you actually want to go fly the,
They've definitely been
your battles
researching
without
Reach.
George.
They keep mentioning
That's where you
Reach
go,
things.
get that kit.
Well, Jerry, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
I think there's still a ton of fun content here for insiders this weekend to experiment with, unlock, explore. I do want to just reiterate as well, we said this prior, but this is just a test, so nothing that people buy or unlock during this will carry over to the final game. We're going to wipe the slate clean. And as Jerry noted, just we're looking for your feedback. We'll have information on Waypoint, by the way, as well as in your flight invitation that lets you know where to go and how to give that feedback. The team wanted me to also just give a shout out and let people know that a lot of polish work is still happening. So, everything from how things look and are presented, we're not done yet. So, I want to make sure we're giving credit to all the hard work that's still being done and will continue up until launch this holiday. Jerry, any final parting thoughts or words you want to leave?
I definitely want to move my schedule because a lot of the shit is saying, hey, during the weekend, try this out. And, like, I work the weekend, so I definitely need to move my schedule to be during the weekday.
From where we're at actually today and what you're seeing. But please go test every button, play everything so that we can make sure that we have the tech ready for you when we launch.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thanks again, Jerry. Happy to have you here. We're going to take in one more quick break. We're going to bring in Tom French and the multiplayer team. We're going to talk about some bots. We're going to jump in, do a weapon drill or two, and talk about the academy. And then
Yeah,
we'll
I was
go
hesitant, but I
back
think
and
tomorrow I'm gonna go
record
to my
bots.
work and say, hey, I want to switch my schedules to another day, to other days. Yeah. It sucks because there's some really cute girls during my shift. So I'm like, well, that's not happening anyway. So why the fuck not just change it? Because it's more convenient for me to change it. Huh?
So you're gonna hit on them? Is that what you're gonna say?
I've tried already. Hasn't. Well, I've tried talking to them, but a lot of them are very standoffish.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really go anywhere.
Damn. Well, hey man, props to you for trying. I'm not sure what you did, but hey, props for trying. Dude.
Nah, I don't go with the intention of flirting right off the bat. Just go with the intention of starting a conversation and seeing if I can be, you know, at least she can see me as someone who she can talk to whenever I come up to her. I do have this one friendship I have with this girl, and she's really cute. But at this point, it's like, dude, I just want a friend in there. The more friends I can get at work, the better. The less fucking insane it's gonna be for me to be there.
Yeah, no, yeah. Work too. But one of them was like standoffish, just like fucking just just ignore him, like whatever, dude.
What really threw me off was that because of the mask.
Yeah.
And because people kind of change their styles and all that, I can never really get in my head who was who. So sometimes I remember this one girl. Her name was a really interesting name. I completely forgot what her name was now, but I feel like I didn't recognize her at one point because I think I recognized her later on, and I said what's up. And unless I completely fucked it up and I completely forgot what this girl looks like, that girl who I thought was the girl I recognized, it's completely just kind of ghosted me. Get off the fucking camera. There, boy. I mean, you're not a boy, but in context of fucking outsiders, you are.
I'm depressed, man.
I know you're a boy still, huh? Must suck being puberty.
No, that's not the problem, Frank. The problem is.
You can handle puberty? Damn.
The
Better than I
problem
am.
is.
Dude,
I
that
died
shit fucking slammed
On
her
my
to the
best
ground.
run on a boss.
Wow, that
The
sucks.
controller died.
These hammers
That sucks.
on the ground, bro.
Brief break.
I just put her on her ass.
Our Halo Infinite Tech
The
Preview
factory
live
street,
stream here
that
from
was like this
Washington.
duel, and
Sketch.
just slammed her to the
And
ground.
now I want to welcome Tom French.
Oh, no, I recognize this guy from the E3 thing.
How are you?
It's wonderful being
Join my world.
I can't. The controller's dead. Did you just see the controller?
I know, right?
So this is the arena. They're gonna talk about the arena now.
These are both on a boss.
Well, it's good to have you here. I feel like this has been, I mean, this has literally been years in the making, safe to say.
Feels like we're gonna get another
So
20
I'm
minutes
gonna
of
talk a
conversation.
little bit about multiplayer, which is obviously sort of the key focus for the tech preview. So much like I talked to Sam and Jerry
He doesn't
about,
know, I found this big
kind of
hole.
giving you a chance to,
And I
from
kind
your
of cheated
perspective
because
and
this
your
guy can
team,
bring me back to
how are you
life.
thinking
He'll
about the
show
tech
you life
preview?
if you're
Kind
on
of what are
deck.
your
Uh-huh.
goals? Would you
And then so I was trying to go down the hole,
your
but
side?
actually fell all the way
Yeah,
down.
I mean, I think Jared
Yeah, I landed on, you know, the surface.
Really,
I
it
died.
focuses
But
about like kind of
you
fair,
can't see.
balanced arena start.
I mean,
I'm like, okay.
Exploit what they give you, right?
Yeah, so I got to the next area of the game like without having to
Single
beat the
console
boss.
focus. There's a lot of information we
So I'm
need
like,
to
okay, that's
strengthen
cool.
up our back.
I mean, that's an area you can go to.
Really just make sure everything's strong.
But
for the
it
thing.
says that 100%
Yeah, and a lot of work obviously still
But I know I
happening.
did.
We've kind of
I didn't
covered
beat the
that. Now,
boss.
you know, I think we've got a couple.
But
I think
I'll
it's safe
take
to
it.
say we have sort of two
They give you more
signature
money in the
content
area.
sort of buckets, features, if you will, this
Which
tech
area?
preview, right? We've got
The
an
mist area.
academy experience, which I think
Mist
we're going to talk
area.
about here first, and then we're going to move
Where
on to
you
the
see all
boss
those,
from
like,
that. So
freaky little
let's
rock
start by
things
the
in
academy.
there.
We teased this a little bit. I think
What?
folks learned about it for the first time in our overview video last month. So from your perspective, you know, what's the academy all about? Where did it come from? What's the idea behind it?
I'm really proud of the Academy concept, Wick. When we started the journey to, you know, what was going to become Halo Infinite, we needed, I don't know if you know this, but when you go to play multiplayer, it's intimidating to a lot of people. And so we needed to kind of create a ramp for how players get there and kind of smooth that out along the way. And so we thought about, like, what are the obstacles that players have to do? And so the Academy is broken into, like, 3 core parts and then kind of a 4th extension to that. But the first part is a tutorial. We teach you the fundamentals of the game. We'll introduce you to the kind of the
She was calling.
MP Spartan and what is the player's
I don't know who that
purpose
is.
in the greater universe.
I'm gonna ignore it.
And then the next step after that, we have weapon drills, which we'll get to play with and talk about today, which is cool.
Definitely.
And those are really about kind of just giving you a
You're
chance to put your
shooting
hands on a
nothing.
gun in very simple
especially when
settings,
you're playing
really
with
just
two
kind of
players.
mono
One
focus,
player
right?
here.
Just really focus on how it performs. And
You know what?
There's different
Nah.
Different. You need to know this. Having someone on your team makes this game 100% more easier than by yourself.
Why do I need to know this?
Because I'm making him look like a weakling.
And, it's gonna be strong.
And they see it.
I'm gonna skip to the point where they start talking, showing gameplay.
Why are you doing that when you can play the game? Didn't you
A
click
lot of
something?
pressure.
No, I got accepted, but they still haven't given me the download link or how to download it. So yeah,
And I mean, safe to say, there's been a lot of
It's for
internal trash
tomorrow.
talking as well, right?
Yeah.
we kind of talk about it, especially
yeah.
about scores.
So if you wanna watch the Halo Infinite gameplay, come like when I get off work and come home. I'm gonna
Wait,
start
are
playing
you
it.
watching or are you playing?
Playing.
Watch him play for you're saying.
More
Oh.
competitive.
I'm gonna play after you're done.
That's what you have to do.
Go for it.
You know, and speaking of too, I think there is a cool. Not only is this a learning module,
But if you ever run into a bug, tell me so I can report it as well. Alright? Because that's what this is. This is what this is for.
in a lot of ways, but there is a competitive angle to it, and you know, I think safe to say down the road, the team's thinking about possibility of things like leaderboards and kind of how do we really bring that gamification competitive element to this.
Yeah, that was something that we really wanted in the course.
Do you think if you get really into Halo again, would you join a team if they ask you to?
Yeah, definitely. I would.
Really?
What do you mean by team?
Like a team that's gunning for professional?
I don't know, man.
I
Because
would.
I don't think I would be good enough.
I mean, I feel like I would definitely try it, but I would be intimidated about letting down the team. But it would just be me constantly having to work at it and try to be good
Well,
enough.
it's because you don't have faith in your abilities, but
You gotta be a little bit cocky, right? You gotta be.
yeah, you have to believe like you're the best. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, whenever I work out, I'm like, I'm a fucking beast. You know, and then you have to believe in yourself. If not, you're not gonna like put it into work because you're like, oh no, I can't do it. You know, like, no, I can't, bitch. Fuck you. So what? I'm like 5 feet short. How you fuck?
Wait, how far are you?
Like 5'4".
So we're building this kind of as a platform for how
I
we
didn't
can have
Vegeta
more
say
time.
Okay, here we go. Doing good. By the way,
No, I think you are.
fans notice right there. We
Vegeta's
have damage per
At least.
sort of
Hell yeah, you're Vegeta.
visual indicators on damage, right?
Yeah, that's really helpful, right? It really
You got
helps just
Bulma,
that
she
top
works
where
for-
you're-
Look at that. I showed right there.
I'm okay with
Now, are you a feather the trigger person
Oh,
with this
there?
weapon, or do
That's
you
the
just
area
sort
for
of
the-
pray and spray?
I'll just be honest, I'm high garbage with this guy. That's first and
That's where I
foremost
got
my
to.
problem.
That's where I went.
I'm trying to get better with it. I
So,
kind of
I
use it
fell
as
down that
like an automatic, but when I'm kind of at range, I'll switch to kind of the
Sacrifice.
stuff.
Oh, no.
That
You
wasn't
have to
that was
fight.
not a good
It wasn't
performance.
terrible.
2-star. I mean,
Fighter now if I want to.
I think there is a bonus for like a
Why
quick
not be so
reaction,
eager?
right? Like if I were to quickly zoom in on the target right when it appears, I think I might get an extra.
I think there's
points
extra
for that.
little bonus points and little twists around it.
All right, I want to put you on the
Bitch,
spot.
I
Now. We're
wanna
gonna
fight
switch
the
over to
stripper.
your
What the
point of
fuck's
view.
wrong with
So
you?
you.
Okay.
So first of
Fight
all, I'm
my
going for the
shit.
controller, right? Because we
Probably
support
pick that up.
mouse and keyboard or
Oh, yeah.
controller, doesn't
I'm a
matter.
controller guy.
Whatever suits
Oh,
your
you changed
fancy.
your character?
Tom, I am hearing from our friends over
I know
here in
you
the
changed
room
how-
that it
I
sounds
know
like
you
chat
changed how
is
she
Ooh.
unsurprisingly
Yeah.
very interested in seeing
I
the
like
VR.
these.
You made two
Uh,
characters.
I think that's expected.
The other one's a
Let's
different
bring up the
character.
BR then.
Yeah, but
See
you
how-
made her into
I mean,
the
I'm
character you
okay
like.
I
with
do
this.
like
It's
your
my
more
character.
towards that.
BR
Maybe
75.3?
just kinda
What is
break the
that?
rules and squeeze it third.
We'll
Yeah,
squeeze in
no,
another
defense
one. I'll try to
Yeah,
go
he had no say in
the
the
third
matter,
tier so
but
people can see kind of the different behaviors. And so you see they're kind of more bouncing targets.
If you ever do play Code Vein, would you rather have a male character or a female character?
I usually try to get a male character and try to get as close to what I like the best.
Yeah,
Well, too bad now you have a female character because these made it for you.
At least we're
Yep,
picking
I
different
know.
weapons, So we're not really like we can't really compare each other against each other, right? So
You're welcome.
What level are you?
Yeah, people are already
I am
making
like
fun of me in the
level
stream.
30.
I can see it.
Nice.
I imagine
Yep,
at least.
you've been killing these fuckers.
No,
I'm
60.
really terrible about managing my reloads. I'm like an incessant reloader.
Yep.
I'm saying
There,
nice.
I probably shouldn't have reloaded right there.
Right now, I'm gonna try to
well,
level up
it's,
again.
when we're missing shots like you and I do, it makes it a little hard to be predictable. In that
I know.
regard,
I
right?
really feel like
That
it's part of my job to
did you
get
figure out how to
better
do
at
that?
this, and I'm
No, I know
trying.
how to do it.
And
You
I
need to be
am getting
focused
better.
and launch them.
I'm a little more better at like BTBs, kind of my
No.
job.
Not that.
Other
You
than
can see they're kind of dancing around a little bit. They're strafing more. They're not
That's the line.
bounce patterns.
You have to be focused and do it.
Ooh, that was nice. That was some nice footwork.
I think you're more level than I was when I beat the boss.
Time's up. I think that's a pretty good score. Well, it's a new high score
Yeah, you
compared to
said
whoever else
Yeah.
played. So,
Nobody. Alright,
Yeah.
so I hit
Yeah.
tier 2.
You
So
do it alone, okay?
rank 2. So yeah, so you can see like we're trying
What's
to
right now?
kind of give you some grading so you can understand your skill level and like how you can get better, or you know, a little bit like kind of encouraging you
I
to
kind of want
better.
to go to your
So
role.
you can understand where you're
Damn, she
all right, I think we're getting the request. Let's maybe take at least one more.
I'm in mine
Do you want to
now.
play one more since you're already in? Why don't you do
I
it?
mean,
I'll put you on the
okay,
spot.
I'll do it.
So I'm hearing that there's a lot of interest in the heat wave. This
Alright.
is I don't think
I
we've
can't
really
because
seen
I'm
or
fighting
shown
the
this
boss.
really to date. So this
Okay.
is obviously new.
So we're getting a lot of names now.
A little bit unconventional, right? A little bit different.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it has an alt fire, which is cool. It's something that's kind of new to Halo. I know Queen was
Oh, this is the weapon that fucking killed. Oh, that disintegrates.
and kind of how do we introducing this kind of concept in
There's-
the game.
There is an alt fire. Like he just confirmed
this
it.
weapon's really fun, and the two alt modes, the two modes are basically vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, vertical and horizontal. So I get if I had to guess, one way is a homing shot because we see it in the trailer that it kind of follows the person, and the other one is like a bounce shot because we saw like it bounces off the wall. So that's how I think horizontal is the bounce and vertical is the homing. Let's see if he confirms me.
Normal fire. Can't remember how this drill performs. So
Yeah,
one
see,
of the things cool about the drill
horizontal bounces.
is a lot of they're trying to do behaviors that actually
Different
encourage you
question.
to use the weapon correctly.
Different.
So like these two were bouncing
How's
near
the
each
trigger
other,
mark?
and so you can get a more
That looks
optimal like,
badass.
kind of horizontal shot.
Yeah, and I know folks notice it's pretty nuanced there, but I think you're using your left trigger to sort of swap between those two
Yeah,
different
the
fire
two
modes,
modes.
right?
Okay.
Yep.
All right, get together, boys. Thank
Oh,
you.
and this will penetrate, right? So you
Yeah,
can line
and it
guys up and just take them
over-penetrates.
all.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Last shot stuff. There we go. I'm
It's-
definitely not managing my reload. I feel like I have more time in the game, right? Like when you're in a match, you like hide behind cover. But this is definitely that like kind of stressful, which is in a good way. Like it helps you get better by going through the repetitions and the drills.
Well, the world watching doesn't probably.
Yeah, it
help.
doesn't help. I think I'm more nervous about you just giving me shit after. Oops.
We're fine. That's all right. We ran the ESRB up
Oh,
front. We're
thank you.
good.
Oh,
We're
that's
good.
good.
We're saying
I can't help it.
content may not be
Oh,
suitable
okay.
for all audiences. Look at you, man. You're sandbagging us here. 3-star. You're a master. So
Maybe
that's
we
the
haven't
heat
tuned
wave.
those scores yet.
I mean, I feel like that gun's gonna be very easy to hit the person because it's like when it's horizontal, it's a really good spread. So it's just like and since it penetrates, like unless it hits a wall or some other like structure, it's just gonna go right through them all. So it's gonna be really interesting how it goes in gameplay.
To go through every weapon drill, but when the tech build goes out tomorrow, the
Definitely wanna try
weapons
this
will be
gun, though.
available right away. So you folks
Yeah.
that are in the flight can play to their heart's content all weekend long. We encourage you to do that. And I want to see people kind of see if you can beat Tom's score. There you go. Let's throw the gauntlet out.
Yeah,
See-
please. I mean, please beat my score. If you don't, I'll be disappointed.
So, Tom, obviously, you
I don't
talked
know.
a little bit
I
about
haven't
bots
really-
as it relates to the Academy experience that we just saw here, but bots is kind of the other signature experience as part of the tech preview. So, before we get into the specifics, bots are brand new to Halo. Like, what do you want the world to know about bots? What's cool about them? Why are you excited about them?
I'm really excited about bots because, again, like, playing multiplayer in Halo is a scary thing, and so it gives players we have this kind of notion of safe and being able to play safe and offline in the training mode and things like that. And so having bots to really reflect kind of player behaviors is a big goal of ours. And so actually our bots don't cheat. I'm really proud of the work our bots team's done. They really are emulating player behaviors. They're doing things like watching the motion tracker. They're listening for footsteps. They'll pre-nade in areas you get into the better bots and things like that. So they actually are kind of reflecting player.
So
behavior.
it's supposed to be smart
Even-
smart
if you're a
AIs.
player, you can kind of, it did that. That's something I can learn as a tool. But again, really just giving players safe place to experiment and learn and warm up. Like we found out, the community was when we first started talking about it, they're like, oh, I can warm up before a match and stuff like that. And that was absolutely part of the intent. And we see people, we do it actually internally, or watching our pro team do it as well.
Yeah, they're no slouches either. I
I
can
see from
say. I mean,
the
let's
fucking Halo, it's gonna blow up when it comes on.
I kind of do.
Definitely stream that, dude. I'll get it.
Dude, I'm gonna be streaming the flights because you
Are you
can.
actually gonna fucking try to get good at it or what?
Yes, I want to do that shit, man.
Okay.
You know, you give me so much shit. Every single time my Halo comes out, you say the same shit.
Yeah.
It's been years since I've heard you say that shit, but yeah. Remember,
I
not
know,
like,
because I love playing the game. Now you're all into it. 10 years later. Part of me for being salty.
No, I've always been because I never I felt always bad. Like I never was as fast as to get things as you. It's like I always kind of feel like shit. Like I don't know. Like the whole thing what you're talking about just not just if you, I got in my own head. So right now I want to try because it is like this training area thing. At least gives me some confidence that dude I can just work on whatever I don't think I'm good at the moment. And just kind of get better in that way, and that's gonna be really fun. And just kind of like, all right, cool. Like I want to get a bunch of headshots, so let's go in the arena, try to get really warmed up, getting headshots, then jump into multiplayer and try to see if I can do that in against some folks.
Yeah. Whatever you need to tell yourself, bro.
They have different level bots. That's what's amazing.
That's dope.
I'm not sure if they're gonna name it here, but from some Halo tubers that I've been listening to, so I think one of them mentioned that they're based on the Navy's like the UNSC, meaning there's like the pardon, there's like the military guy, there's the ODST, and then the Spartan levels. So those type of difficulties. Yeah, so like in the a regular ODST, not regular ODST, like a regular military guy will just start shooting you when on sight, but will do minimal footwork. And ODST is gonna shoot you on sight, but also be kind of going side by side. I think they call it strafing, and just kind of try to track you as they're trying to dodge your shots. And a Spartan with that, well, he's gonna start acting like an actual player. And he's gonna start moving side by side, getting closer, getting in there, and if he can get a melee in, he's gonna try to hit you. So it's like the type of intelligence, and that's what it meant by not cheating. That the AIs isn't gonna have any extra health, any extra speed boost. It's gonna be the same stats you have, but it's just how smart is the AI, basically. So that's I want to know how that feels because they said that whenever someone dips out on the maps and logs off or turns off their Xbox or PC, that an AI would jump in and take their place. So it could be one of those things where like a noob that gets frustrated that he's in a lobby with a bunch of pros and he leaves, and then the AI comes in and he's maybe not as good as the pros or the guys who have been playing Halo for a while, but they're at least competent. Like they can get a few kills.
I beat him. Sorry, that's because I did.
You're really focused.
I was like half focused. I was surprised I even killed it. Like I'm not lying. Maybe the AI helped me, but who cares? A win is a win.
Let's talk about that for a minute. We mentioned this a little bit in our blog
Hopefully
last week.
Looks like Star-Lord.
Does look like Star Wars.
But my understanding is we want to kind of ease people into the experience this weekend, so they'll be able to jump online. And I think it's our second lowest skill level bots to start with, right?
Yeah, we have in the game we'll have 4 different tiers of bots.
Oh,
there's recruit, and then there's marine,
Marine.
and ODST, and Spartan. And
So that was the recruit. I don't know what that means, but there you go. It's recruit, marine, ODST, and Spartan. So I was right about I called them. What did I call them just now? I didn't call them Marines. I called them something else. I don't know.
We're gonna start with the marine level, which is basically kind of like a silver level player, and then we have the ODST, which are more like a gold, and then the Spartan is I'm losing my words right now. But they are obviously the higher difficulty level. But we're trying to get like really just the platinum level. But yeah, so we're trying to just really kind of ramp it up. We want to let players play against the different spots, so we can see the different kind of how players perform against them. We know they're not gonna like. They're not shotsy. They're not gonna like just dong on you like immediately. Even when we get to our highest level, they really are a warm up and a learning tool.
Yeah, and I think my understanding is too that we want to get focused testing and data and sort of feedback on each of those sort of bot. You just mentioned the bot sort of skill levels. So if, for example, we get enough engagement and the collective community slays enough bots after we go live on Thursday, my understanding is, okay, cool, you guys have passed phase 1 now, right? So then we're going to kick off.
My bad, I said live. If you're on live.
And escalate and sort of raise the difficulty up and introduce the ODST bots. So our hope and expectation is that everyone out there is playing so much, we're getting all the data that we need, and and we're just gonna keep ratcheting it up with the goal of let's hope by Sunday we've got Spartan bots out there, and we'll really see how
Ah.
it's like up to that.
Trash controller.
And I believe we're also gonna
Did you
kind
beat
of
it?
gradually introduce maps.
You beat
in
the boss?
similar
Bitch.
fashion. So
Didn't even last 5 minutes.
No, it's because it said low controller, you know, like.
We need you to
screw
play
it.
a
I
lot
have to just
and
play
come
it.
back every day because we're gonna make sure.
I almost beat the boss, though. I give it
Fuck,
4
fuck,
tenths.
fuck, 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 fuck. There we go.
I almost beat the boss.
And looking to do a little celebratory
Few more
shout
hits
out
and I
to
would've
the Halo
killed
Twitter
the-
account. So each day we're gonna be looking for
Huh?
which player has slayed the most spots,
Not the
who's won the
boss.
most
I got
games.
transferred to another area
Yo,
with the new map, new boss.
they're keeping track of. Oh my god, I want to be. I'd be so amazed if I come in first. Like, hey, this guy has killed the most amount of bots, but I can't because I can't grind. There's gonna be some people who are gonna be completely off Saturday and Sunday, and they're just gonna be playing all fucking day.
I got you, buddy.
In the, like, the beta?
Yeah, in
Who gets first place? What do they get?
I don't know. I'm about to talk about that shit right now.
What do they get?
Boy,
Also, I think
listen.
it's interesting, which team has been able to get 50 slays and win their game against bots the fastest? And what's really cool in the twist here, we're going to track all that. We'll shout you out on our social channels. But when this game launches this holiday, we're going to capture your gamer tags now and be able to grant. You'll be the first ever recipients of one of our sort of exclusive emblems, nameplates rather, for the Fire Unicorn, which has been sort of something that we've had throughout Halo 5, a little bit in NCC as well. So pretty cool. We're able to kind of start that muscle now a little bit.
Yeah.
So bragging rights, high stakes, slay a lot of bots, play a lot, but don't slouch because these bots mean business, especially by the time we get to Sunday. So Tom, the last thing I kind of wanted to switch into as well. Speaking of evolving
Bragging
experience, we're thinking about
Dude, I gotta switch my schedule. I gotta switch it. Cause so many shits is happening during the weekends that if I don't switch it, I'm gonna miss out a lot.
And this time when you come on Saturday and Sunday, we can go mini golfing.
I mean, we could have gone mini golfing right now, but that's for they don't want to do shit.
But the whole family next time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, because David is probably gonna come here around like 2, so at like 2 we can go.
hopefully turn you on some hot-
But you get mini golfing with your family.
I mean, we would have to do it soon because Leslie might give birth any day now. So
Really?
I
Any
am
day? I
off
thought it was next week.
Friday, well, Saturday. Friday and Saturday. So,
I work those days, so
Unless you change it.
I can't change it overnight. I'm most likely gonna be working these
Is it
days
Wednesday?
and then try to see. Dude, there's a possibility that if I do change it, they're gonna make me work 8 fucking days in a row. I don't know if I can handle that.
Yes, you can. Believe in yourself.
toxic
This is
slayer
for Halo.
as well.
Huh?
And money.
and yeah, and money that you can lend me.
Yeah.
And I need it.
Halo and money, Frank. It's worth it.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the
Yeah,
intent is
we'll-
we're start with live fire, with
They
the
should pay
map,
you more if they
one of
don't
our
put that,
arena
but
maps,
that's-
and then we'll
that's
go
the
into
scam.
recharge, or add recharge,
More
and we'll
money.
add Mombasa, or not Mombasa, Bazaar, which is set in Mombasa. Actually, I
Ooh.
really want people, especially our fans, to really look around the map. There's some kind of nerdy lore things in there that are super
It's
cool.
not even charging you.
But yeah, then at the
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
It glows when it's charging.
We can unlock basically
It glows
the
red.
chance to play some 4v4. There's
Isn't there a charging area or desk?
Yeah, I'm using it for the light.
Oh.
Grab my battery pack and just get the kid back.
Where's your battery?
Oh, it's red now.
That's not weed.
It's red. There you go. Leave it. Don't touch it.
Call me when it turns green.
Core competitive. But it will give two players at least a first chance at hands-on stick to kind of, put the sights on
Do you care about the lore? Bitch, you already opened my Cheetos. I was gonna eat that. Yeah. Do you care about the lore?
Cheetos.
Dude, come on.
What about mom?
Shit, is mom here yet?
Yeah.
Fuck. I need her to buy soda.
I'm pretty sure she is at least.
Anyways.
Oh, no, yeah, she is here. She's making chorizo.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you don't care about lore, do you?
I do.
Dude.
Okay, do you?
No, he
The
doesn't.
fuck is this bullshit? Why do I have to keep on walking through
If
this?
you care about lore, then why are you skipping this?
I don't give a fuck about this, Lord. I'm selective.
Okay, yeah.
I only care about Apex, Halo, and Apex.
Apex doesn't have me.
That's why.
I think it does, doesn't it?
Really,
Yeah,
our
it
number
actually
priority
does.
is the body.
Yeah.
See? I'm selective. I only care about Halo lore.
And it's getting all the
Yeah,
data
no.
involved.
I mean, around
That's not selective.
Even
It's
just
just
from a
not.
dedicated server
I only want Halo
perspective,
lore.
a bot match kind of taxes the servers and uses resources
That
differently.
means you have
than
different. You have multiple
traditional
options.
PvP.
Out of all the games you play, you don't care
So I
about
guess
lore.
this means we're not playing against other people. We'll be playing purely on bots.
I got it, bro. I can handle the box.
No,
Pass
but if
the
they have
baton.
Slayer, like I don't know what they're gonna have available, like the modes.
Especially since it's
Because I mean, they're talking in reference to only bots, and I was hearing in the Halo YouTube community that it was going to be primarily against bots and only about bots because that's what they really want to test out. Make sure the bots that jump in when a player plays the game is good enough and all that shit. So that's what
Especially they need to know how to make it how hard it is for legendary.
I mean, it's only going to be available for 4 days, and that means if they want to get a good feel for the bots, they need to make it purely on the bots.
They need to make it purely for legendary. So Beastin, you're gonna have to pay for us.
It is important.
So for you, the only one that can actually kind of handle the legendary bots, besides us two working together.
Well, we haven't seen the bots yet, boy. Maybe we could take them.
They're not. They're not.
Four players.
He's been the entire legendary game.
Yeah, that's fine.
By himself too.
So
We
we'll
literally
have these dates and sort of checkpoints over the course of each day. We could have quite a
They're
bit.
not. If they
of
haven't, they're not
fun here.
interested.
I mean, we haven't done a solo, so I'm gonna have to go a solo run on legendary.
I'm doing a solo run right now, but I can't do.
I did a
reach.
solo because these y'all fuckers never wanted to play with me.
I was too young to play with you.
You so scrub kid, you should have been good. I was playing like at 10 years old.
I think
when your competence on your age.
I was a baby. You expect the baby to pick
Yes,
up and try
boy,
to.
pick up that controller, put your paws on it.
I'm pretty sure mom said I did pick up the controllers when I was a baby.
Probably,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I was a baby. I don't know what those controllers mean. I didn't reach them.
We have one more
You
game.
expect me to reach the damn controller?
Oh, new gameplay. Shush. Oh, we're gonna get split screen.
I did just want to call out that that's
Yeah.
not supported in the tech preview.
Split screen's back?
Yeah.
It is still something that, is important
Why?
there for launch, obviously, but in the tech preview, it's not.
You know, I saw a meme about the OGs understand. You never look at the other screen. And there's some guy with the fucking cardboard box over his head, and he's playing on the bottom half of the screen.
I think I do a pretty good job now looking at the other person's screen. I think I do.
Okay, I have too good of peripheral vision that I cannot not see.
I guess I don't have a perfect vision. I can only focus on the
Split
top
screen
screen,
with your
right?
buddy on your couch, but then you can't load it into friends together. So I just want to call.
I'm not on that world yet. I'm 2 worlds ahead of you.
Stuck in a situation.
Well, 3.
Something else that I just thought while you're here we could just chat about, I could ask you. Folks
This is
started
also a
asking
decent
questions.
place to
We
do
shut
that.
off some R&D
Oh, yeah, you got
last
this.
month, and
Like,
we're
what?
obviously going to sort of get the experience firsthand starting tomorrow. And that's about assassination.
You're gonna blitz
You know,
through
we
this.
saw a couple moments in the trailer where we saw some flashback stacks that probably would have been an assassination. So, folks
But not
asked
so.
us, are they in, are they out, what's going on with assassinations? So what's the scoop there?
So they're not in for long, so we're just gonna be straight about that, right? Like,
Oh!
I actually really love assassinations, and I remember being at an ECS tournament with Quinn, the whole Ops league, right when I took my gig, and we were watching a match, and somebody would backsmack somebody, and they had assassinations enabled on accident because they turned them off, right? And they got this amazing assassination. It was a super hype moment in the crowd. But what happens at a lot of levels is people just turn them off because there's a gameplay disadvantage of it. So one of the things we really wanted to do is
Dude.
take a step back and how do we think about how those fit into Infinite gameplay?
We're not gonna have assassinations at launch.
These bastards, how dare they? That's what I kind of noticed. The assassination weren't happening when they were hitting the bags.
So one of the things
But
that
they
we
should just give you the option to disable that.
Do you want to wish for water?
Yes.
Yes.
I only have 2.
Fuck you. Yeah, I said yes first.
Peace in.
You took my chips.
Yes, he did.
Anyways, yeah, but no, they said that at first. So at first, we're not gonna get any assassinations. So they're giving the reason why right now. Right now, I guess they want to get people to get a good feel for the gameplay without it being distracted by the assassinations. I guess.
How strong are the melees?
I don't know.
fit right in
I know, like-
the loops of the game and bring them back in a way that really just feels meaningful. So
Relax,
always
you're
an accessible tool, but also kind of a flourishing.
Screw it. I think I can beat the
Yeah,
boss.
so, we talked about this a lot. The launch is only the beginning. Jerry alluded to kind of what it means to be a live service and those
And I don't wanna get any
opportunities
straight.
that it brings. This is a perfect example of something that I know is already on the team's radar, and I can't wait.
Cover your
It's
screen.
something to look forward to, and I can't wait to see how.
See,
how
Frank,
bots
I'm doing this because you don't want me on your stream.
Assassination.
Yeah, you're 15, boy.
Involved too, right?
Wear a shirt.
Getting assassinated by a recruit bot would be I think you have to resign at that point. If that
Yeah,
were
I
to
think we
happen, right?
delete your profile text.
So I think one more thing we want to show today, you know, I know people have still been clamoring for like, we just want to see a full match. Just show us a match end to end. So we have that here today, and we're going to do that right now. Just to kind of tee this up, I believe this was recorded last week or so. This is Xbox Series X gameplay.
All right, cool.
Directly out of the console. These are not bots in play. This is a 4v4
You can't even
Slayer.
be shooting
Bitch!
in your own
Live
house.
fire.
I don't give a shit if you're talking to Beeson, but be quiet.
Mixed in with a couple
Get the fuck out.
members of the
Let me listen to this.
in
Gonna see
your
some
point,
gameplay right
right
now.
now for this focus, this is not,
It's
we're not
easy
trying to
here.
sort of say telegraph this is the competitive side of our game.
Exactly.
So this is about social, it's about fun, it's about learning and kind of evolving. So no one should read too much into that, right?
Come on,
Yeah,
come
I
on,
mean,
come on.
This is not your, you know, your BR.
Come on,
stars,
come on.
Really curated level. This is kind of more.
I don't give a fuck. Show me.
If you want to kind of soak it in,
I
but
get Bravo to yell at me later. If I
it's
do.
about 7-8 minutes, I think, in
Huh?
tech preview, essentially
When
a
you start
version of
getting
this build.
Honestly, when I saw what the campaign might be about, yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It could end really sad for the Master Chief too. People are kind of anticipating he might die in this one, and huh?
That made me sad.
That Chief might die.
I don't know, that he'll have not a happy ending. Like, yo, the dude's been through so much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing Chiefs things. Oh.
There's already so much that we did. What the fuck? I fucking fell!
On live fire. So Josh, go ahead and roll that when you're ready.
Right, yeah, I think
Like, I want to see what happens with between Chief and Cortana, because it's kind of weird how the trailer for the campaign started with them saying Cortana is dead. I was like, wait, what the fuck? What do you mean it's dead? Because that seemed like a really big fucking thing in Halo 5. And I was like, alright, fuck.
it's a pro team POV.
It's like one of those weird time skip shits.
Well, let's see how good they are.
Oh, that's cool.
Right off the bat, going for
So
the
he's got the heat
wave.
wave, right?
Yep.
So he switched to vert.
Oh, wow.
That's nothing but hit
Oh,
fire.
that's it.
Scyther.
Stites. It's good.
Yeah, it looks like the
Like
vertical is much more powerful than in horizontal. I guess it depends how much damage you get by how many of those bullets that you make contact with.
Yeah, the more bullets fly, the more damage you can do.
There's some nickname of Stitesy is kind of the people.
He got grenades. Oh, there's the grenades right there. Like literally bottom right corner. So that's kind of gonna be interesting because I'm used to it being right here, right on top. So I don't know.
Don't mind that there. I hate to look in different directions because then you have to look there and then you have to look up. So that
Ah.
shit's not there.
So since you're always kind of staying there, you want to just continue looking down like that.
Yeah.
Leo.
Your radar's also down there, so there you go.
Yeah, I like that little peek technique. I haven't personally done that, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot by watching this pro team video, actually. Like we watch them, we have regular
Don't you have
weekly
Halo?
play tests with them. I don't
Huh?
play with them generally because
Yeah, Halo?
they're so good. And we
Yeah, I
a
do have it.
partner.
I don't know actually.
Also noticed that player went straight for the power weapon that spawns on this map in Slayer, which is hard for me to use, if I'm being honest.
You'll see, like, I mean, so you can see the friend foe. That's one of the obvious things you're looking at here. And Sam was talking about it earlier. It's something that we've continued to kind of iterate and evolve, even beyond this build. I think this might be our main build right now.
Bastard, you're not the one that was supposed to go down.
Power weapon spawns there.
I want to see the
Skewer is it's satisfying as heck,
fucking-
but it's hard for me to use.
I am worse at that gun than I am with the commando rifle for sure. When you hit a target, like especially a vehicle, it's super satisfying. Spectating.
Oh, they just hover.
Oh. That's
Tried for it.
Tried for it.
cheap. That's cheap.
Hard for us to hear in studio, but I believe you'll hear some personal AI coming through.
Yeah, you're hearing. There's a few things. So there's the Spartan Shadow that we had in Halo 5.
Upper
that
left.
brings the battlefield. Gives a lot more like reaction feedback
Ooh.
in the game. But you'll hear this personal AI. And what we did with them is we replaced what was called Spartan Leader or Team Leader. And it's just a more personal version of that. And they have a lot of personality. And so it lets you kind of swap around and kind of customize that.
Oh, that's something
They
new.
give you a lot of low level finish. Hold the power up.
Oh, so that's how you know what you have.
That's a different
That I want to see
change,
that.
right?
So that's the overshield.
Activate on pickup and-
Oh no, that's invisibility.
Yeah, we
Oh,
use
it makes you
those
really
in
invisible.
In the long term. And
You know, one thing I hate about the invisibility in Halo sometimes was that when you're running, you're not invisible. You're kind of just very badly transparent. You have to be completely still to be kind of invincible.
Well, right now he was also kind of like weird.
Okay. Is
Hold on to it.
alright. We'll see right now.
Yeah, we think that'll bring a lot.
When he
to,
like right now he's moving and he's still invisible. It's like that's what I would have preferred. But when you melee, it does look like when you get hit,
Yeah.
it turns you back on.
And it allow us to do more things with power ups than kind of just traditional
Yeah,
kind of just quick stab.
Yeah, whenever you attack, whether you're shooting or hitting or throwing a grenade,
One thing that we
your
won't see
invisibility turns off. So that way you're not it's
I really
overpowered.
love the
So I think that's
visual
a good trade-off.
you and the team have introduced. It's very obvious when someone's pocketing a power up like that. You'll see a glowing trail.
Yeah, like a contrail behind them. Yeah, that was a big thing, is making sure we at least.
Ooh, nice.
That information. That was,
Never thought about that.
making
That's cool.
Switch, there was a lot of
Wait, have I ever done that? No.
making sure that there was at least a readability to it.
I think the most I've done similar to that is just throw a grenade off a
Do I
wall.
hold this and wait for that final push? Do I burn it now so I don't lose it?
Yeah, you make a lot of choices that way. Like I sometimes will pocket.
Ooh, what
it,
is
become
that?
Cocky, and then I'll lose it.
Ooh, wow.
Overshell, that was a dope. I'll give the OS to the enemy, which is
Oh, he missed.
super risky at that point.
We're seeing a couple of little sort of, what do we call those, tutorial tips popping up there, which
Yeah.
you can turn off in the settings.
Yeah, you can
right?
turn them off, but on they're death tips is what we call them. But yeah, giving a little bit of feedback, about the type of weapon that killed you, or like.
Ooh, that's a good throw.
I'm not sure at this point the pro team needs to know that, like, hey,
Yeah, exactly. Or like just opt out if you don't really care about it. If you don't need that information, or it makes you feel bad. And people might feel.
So it's saying these are pro players. And I guess it makes sense. You would get get this game to the pro players, so they have first dibs and continue kind of their endeavor at being pros at Halo.
Pay homage to, like, one of ours and everybody's.
And that way you also get the best gameplay,
by the way,
because
this
the
player
pro
is-
the pro gamers will actually know how to do those trick shots and all that.
I don't know what the other team's up to right now.
Seems to be watching that call out. Yeah, the power ups, we treat those like
Power ups.
power weapons and stuff. They're up on a pad. They have a lot of messaging and broadcasting about them, so you know when they're coming up.
Now, your smart AI will tell you that, right?
Yeah, the Spartan AI calls it out as well.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of information just kind of driving feedback. Get the stick there. You can see like there's the weapon pack racks you'll see in the levels as well. Right
Oh, there's slide and there's sprint. I just better
Yeah, see,
recognize that right now.
What's cool about them is, like, before you might run past where a weapon would spawn and then not realize that it's coming up.
Do you ever care about the maps?
Yeah, the maps. If they don't look cool, I don't know. Kind of sucks. You have to play on the maps. So I actually wish they would release like different maps, but they never really did that.
Because I've always whenever I look up Halo content, it was usually always about lore and all that crap. Because I really like the Halo lore, and I guess during these past 6 years, where we had nothing between Halo 5 and now, there's just a bunch of lore things that I've always been searching, and that actually kind of hyped me up even more. Because I now have all this information about Halo that I would like to do something with it eventually, and when Halo Infinite came in, a lot of Halo YouTubers stopped doing so much lore and started moving more into what they would like to see in Halo Infinite, and map design came up a lot. I didn't really think about map design all that much, but I mean, I don't know. That's kind of something interesting. From what I can tell from this map, it looks kind of big, but this player is kind of just zoning around. I don't know. I'm gonna pay attention more to the maps this time around. See if I can pick up anything.
Playtest this morning, I should stop at one point. I was like, oh, it's like 2 seconds out. I might as well wait for it to switch out my pistol or something. I think I'm just telling everybody that I'm really bad with a lot of guns that I use.
It's pretty shit.
Oh, that's nice. That was smart. There you go. See, that's some pro shit.
I do love the site.
Started shooting through a grenade,
Yeah,
went to the side where you knew it was going to jump to avoid, and smacked him.
It's really threatening because they can get better weapons super fast.
This player really likes this little drop wall kind of.
Yeah,
corner
covering it
technique,
close,
huh?
yeah. Like, kind of locking down an entryway so they can watch them back. It's neat to watch how people use these, like all the different equipments in different ways.
Well, hopefully a lot of players this weekend are going to be lighting this up on social, sharing clips with us, because I can't wait to see just some of the new creative ways that the community at large figures out how to use this new sandbox.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. Like, I mean, like the way we have our maps tuned, like in our main build, is they have different and stuff on them. And we don't
follow
have
this guy to
comparisons
death.
in the flights as we
Why?
set things down. So it's actually not even the same kind
Ooh.
of basically map placement path that we would have in the release version of the game. At least, you know, it just at least gives us something so we can get something in there.
I guess that keeps that weapon from being too OP if it takes that long to reload. Like, you're gonna shoot once. It looks like if you hit any person with that gun, the skewer, it one shot to them, but it takes a really long time to load from what I'm seeing here, man. So yeah, that keeps it from being OP, because I guess and I heard some concerns over it, but yeah, it looks like it's fairly balanced if that's the case. Oh wow, double grenades, that kind of sucks. That's too bad. I kind of saw a second grenade coming, but I guess it was too in motion to backtrack. I noticed that too, and that pro players actually make full use of the grenades. And I only ever really focus on the guns, because I never liked throwing a grenade would take my guns off the enemy. So I don't know, I need to learn how to balance that.
Hey, so I'm happy that we were able to show that today, not only kind of our first time showing Halo on Xbox Series X, but we know the community's just show us a full match end to end. So happy we were able to do that. You'll be able to see a lot more of that, obviously, firsthand this weekend. And I think safe to say, once we get a little further down and we're ready to talk more about the competitive side and some of the ranked settings, we know people are probably eager to see, I would love to see a true 4v4 pro team match.
I mean, you get some haters. This guy says,
man. Kind of final words or parting thoughts you'd like to share before we wrap this up today?
I don't know, maybe he's just trying to be funny.
And even though it's just a tech preview, you get to at least touch the game. You get to run around. You get to experiment with the sandbox. You get to help us, you know, be part of our team in a way.
Dude, I always see this fucker. On YouTube, I'll always see him in every video I go into. This guy named just some guy without a mustache. He's always there. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of freaky. It kind of like if YouTube still had the chat function, because I'm not sure. Like I didn't even remember this, but old YouTube, OG YouTube had a function where you could comment on, like you can directly send someone a DM, and that sounded redundant. So I kind of feel like I want to talk to this fucker, just like, yo, dude, I see you literally everywhere.
That actually will be included in this tech preview. Really cool work happening there to help really
Maybe.
extend my.
But he's on every Yu-Gi-Oh, every Halo, every YouTuber that I'm following. Well, not everyone. I haven't seen him on any photographer. No, actually no. The big photographers, I've seen him on some of it there. I think Peter McKinnon. I've seen him on there.
And HaloInsider.com. Sign up. Please make sure your profile is complete. That includes, we need you to verify your
No, I'm telling you, man. Get Halo. Go on Halo Waypoint. Get yourself that you have the Xbox One S, right? One X, and hell.
Oh, the X is the newest one, no?
No, Series X is the newest one. Without the series in there, it's the old one. I don't really like the naming because it is kind of confusing between the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X. It's just kind of confusing in that sense, but it is what it is. And fuck it, man. It's too late for this one, but they said they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it a couple more times, and each time it's gonna have even more people. So there's a good chance you'll step in.
Dope.
And right now, if it's gonna be purely bots, maybe next time they release they do a flight, it's gonna be with other players, and maybe then we can start making a lobby and just try like, hey, yo, let's go play some Infinite.
Email, and we need you to make sure you pick which platform you want to flight on, one or both. And if it's PC, we also need you to upload a DXDAG file. All the information you need and all the steps are clearly outlined. Just go to HaloInsider.com. Because next time we're going to go bigger, we need even more people. We got to go larger scale because we still have a couple of steps to go between now and launch this holiday. And lastly, just want to say thank you to everyone. Clearly, the community, we really appreciate your feedback, your passion through the.
Now they didn't confirm that since I got invited to this flight, if I'm gonna get invited to the next one, I can only assume I might be. But I guess if the pool of people who want to be a part of the flights gets really big, there's a chance where I might not be in the next flight. I don't know. That'll be interesting if how that goes.
I think that'll be alright just because they want more people. So I'm assuming that, like, you know, they'll invite the people who are like, yeah, you know, we're having another one. You want to, you know, be a part of that one. You know, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but like they said themselves, they are gonna limit it right now. To give a number, like right now, they invited 100,000 people, and next time they're gonna invite 150,000 people to try to see if we can handle that 50,000 more, and then next one they'll do 250,000 just to give it a bit more of a gap, more of a push, more of a weight, and it'll be kind of interesting seeing how that goes, in terms of who gets invited again. Now, I didn't see anything on Xbox. Maybe I missed it since they talked a lot. They mentioned so many fucking things, and some of it just kind of flew over my head. But I don't know if the gameplay we saw was on the on the Xbox One. Because that's the other question. Like, this was supposed to be for the Xbox One. It's a year into the Xbox Series now. So, are they going to... How much support are they going to give it the Xbox One version, I wonder? Because I'm not gonna lie, I do want to get an Xbox Series X, because just to get to play Halo in the optimum, like the best way possible. But I have a PC, so there is no rush for me to get it, except for the time when I actually buy the DVD. Because I'm gonna buy the DVD and I'm gonna get a Series X. And I'm like, fucking beautiful. Yeah, I think we've gotten every single version of the Xbox that we could get our hands on. I think the only one we missed was the other version you didn't buy. No, my Kita has the Xbox One S, and you have the Xbox One. No, he has the One S, and you have the Xbox One X, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we've had every single one. We had the original Xbox. We had the the Xbox 360 was the one that had the Xbox 360 Slim. There's so many fucking Xboxes now. It's kind of insane. I don't know. I want to see how this goes. I want to see if it's finally. How do I see this? I want to try Halo again.
Danger.
I don't.
Damn it.
I'm gonna do a series where I first do a solo legendary run of Halo, because to get any achievement, it looks like having that as the backbone is a necessity. Because if I were to try to do lasso on top of that, before that, it looks like there might be a bug where if I don't have legendary already completed, it's gonna kind of conflict. So yeah, I don't know. So doing legendary all at once will be best. And then I want to try to see if I can do the Halo 5 multiplayer, because I think that's gonna be more. That's gonna get you more ready for Halo Infinite's multiplayer than MCC.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
You should play it. I mean, I'm surprised you haven't been playing it.
the only thing I didn't see is thruster. I didn't see any thruster in here.
They're changing. I don't want to say a lot, but they are changing it. Cause yeah, it looks kind of more reminiscent of like how old gameplay was of Halo, which is fine. But obviously, it's still like kind of updated because it still carries some of the new abilities.
Was thruster in Halo 4?
Well, this looks like a boss fight. I don't want to go into a boss fight. This looks like a boss fight.
Because right now it looks like a mix between old Halo and new Halo, but I'm not sure if Halo 4 had thrusters. If it didn't have any thrusters, then it kind of reminds me of Halo 4, back when, because you could slide in Halo 4 and you can sprint in Halo 4. No, I think Halo 4 did have thrusters, because you could break walls, right?
Yeah, I think Halo 4 did have them.
And I don't know if they're gonna take that function away. I don't think that function was very practical in multiplayer, was it? Unless the maps had that option.
Are still alive for me?
Kind of. Anyways, I don't. So I'm gonna be really curious what they do with that. You overestimating me for the moment. Anyways, guys.
Where is it though? On the off chance that anyone tuned in.
Fuck off.
Well, what to say, you know? I mean, shit.
It's on the chat. It's on the comment section. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. If anyone was even there, then like you obviously didn't pay attention to them.
Dude, I would. Here's my phone.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
But you're on the YouTube.
Yeah, it's the YouTube one.
Halo Guardians is getting. I mean, Halo Infinite's getting some chat. What about yours?
Anyway. No one's here so far. Alright, so I'm gonna stop streaming here, and hopefully when I start doing the Halo shit, more of a audience would come around because it'll be really fun. I'm gonna title it Noob to Pro. That's the catchy ring to it, right?
Noob to Pro?
Yeah.
Noob?
From Noob to Pro.
Yes, sir. That's dope.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna be calling it. And I'm gonna see how. Because I'm definitely going to try to see aiming to at least try to be competitive against a pro player. I'm not saying I will be a pro, because I think to be a pro, you would have to very, very hard commit. And
Yeah, you do. You have to be,
yeah. And I don't feel like... Unless I unleash some God-given talent for Halo, I don't think I'll be invited to any pro teams anytime soon.
Probably not, sir, but
The attempt is worth it. Alright, so we're gonna stop there, and we're gonna stop the stream here. Halo looks amazing. My camera lost focus. My ass, not his ass. My ass. Come on, Lens. My ass. There you go. My camera got lost between me and you, but you're in the dark, so I couldn't really focus on you, and it just kind of went a little crazy. So it's kind of funny. Fuck off. Alright. I think there was a time where what games were we playing where I was better at you for the start, but then took you like a week to pass me?
I'm not sure.
But I definitely remember that happening quite often. Whenever we got a game and I started playing it first.
Better at games than you were, because you didn't try. You didn't enjoy the games. I did.
It was heartbreaking seeing you pass me up so fucking fast.
That was a bad move, right? It's more skill. Man, I was just superior.
It is what it is. So we'll see what happens with Halo Infinite. You haven't been playing Halo much. I think at this point, I've been playing more Halo than you have.
Just hope that you're at least near my level now. Years of inactivity, and I hope you try and try for something.
All right, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be better at Halo than you. This time around.
Man, that's some bold words.
This time around, I'm gonna be better at Halo than you are.
Bold words.
So let's commit to it. Thank you for coming to the Lobby for Hobbies, and I'll see you next time you check in at the lobby.